For the brightest stars of the Big 12 collide. B.J. Simmons with 44 touchdowns, over 4,700 yards. He's the #1 offensive weapon in the nation. Cedric Benson, bruising Longhorn running back, who's dangerous out of the backfield. Wes Welker on punt returns or in the end zone. He is double trouble. Roy Williams, big, tough, fast, and always a deep threat for the Horns. Vince Young, scrambling Texas quarterback with explosive power. The nation's top-scoring offense meets the 6th-ranked team in the country. Texas Tech battles Texas next on Fox Sports Net.
Tonight in the state capitol. In fact, there might not be a dry eye in the Lone Star State. As from the campus of the University of Texas in Austin, KSRA presents College Football Saturday. Get pumped up. You can hear it in the background. The Texas Tech Red Raiders taking on the #6 team in the nation, the Texas Longhorns. Well, the battle right now in the Big 12 South, it's for second place. Oklahoma solidifying their position on top of the 41-3 win over Baylor earlier today. So the battle for #2 in the South between Texas and Texas Tech. Hi, everybody. Joel Myers alongside Dave Lappman. Welcome once again to Austin. Well, Dave, a real contrast in styles and experience when you look at the quarterback position. And for the Longhorns, Vince Young is only making his 5th career start. A real good guy on the perimeter, though.
Oh, he's something else. He's a superior athlete, and superior athletes make their sport look easy. This guy is incredible. He's just graceful. He's so fluid. He can create plays. I tell you, when he gets out in the open field, he is unbelievably special. And he's got weapons that he can distribute the football to. He's big time.
The Red Raiders, B.J. Simmons, you can barely hear yourself. You got to like it tonight in Austin. Well, he's got an opportunity to surpass the totals of Ty Detmer for a single-season NCAA mark tonight.
Oh, B.J. Simmons continues to assault Texas Tech record books as well as NCAA record books, and these touchdowns are an example of it. This isn't for his career. This is for this season. What makes him so great is his confidence. His teammates respond to that confidence, and he gets them all involved. He's completed a pass to 15 different receivers, 8 touchdown passes, I should say, to 8 different receivers. He's special.
I had the trainers from Texas send up some extra towels. This guy gets real emotional on senior night. We'll come right back to Austin, but first let's head to the studio. Check in now with Mike Goldberg, Kevin Winslow, Billy Ray Smith in the studio. Welcome back once again. Sold out Royal Memorial Stadium in Austin, Texas. Joel Myers, Dave Lappman, Jim Knox is going to be joining us down on the sideline. And come on, Mom, Nathan Vasher. Seniors night. What a great night for us to be here. The senior from Texarkana, Texas, and what a strong player he has been and a strong character guy. As we are ready to go, Texas Tech Red Raiders won the toss. So Rick McGee is going to kick it away. Vincent Meeks over to the far side. Johnny Mack, the junior from Lakeland, Florida, over to the near side. And we are underway. What a night in Austin. McGee pumped up, I guess. It'll be 1st and 10. For the Red Raiders at their own 20-yard line. It is a thick night out, a lot of humidity, very warm night. We had some rain just a few minutes ago. Will it slow down B.J. Simmons, and will it make it a slippery ball for the guy who's trying to set a record tonight? 448 yards. As we look at our KSRA starting 11, and B.J. Simmons has overtaken Ty Detmer as the all-time single-season passing yardage leader in NCAA history. Simmons out of Cypress Creek High School in Houston at 6'1". 220 pounds. And he doesn't use many receivers, does he?
No, he sure doesn't. Just 15. Everybody at the line of scrimmage.
Middle screen. Nothing doing. Glover belted right away. Maybe 3 out to the 23. Guys protecting Simmons. Whitley, Loper on the outside. Campbell, Ramirez are the guards. Toby Cecil, the man in the middle, calling out the blocking assignments. Henderson, then you only have one running back, and then all the receivers. Welker, Glover, Francis. They call Mickey Peters a tight end, but you don't see too many tight ends that are only 215 pounds. He runs like a wide receiver.
He sure does.
And now it's going to be 2nd and 7 from the 23. Texas Tech coming into the contest, 7-3, trying to enhance their bowl possibilities. Tough on the outside, and a completion for a 1st down. Taken in by guess who? Wes Welker. A senior from Oklahoma City, trying to track him. You need a spy on that guy. Defensively, it is going to be a difficult proposition, and this is a top 20 defensive unit. Crowder, Roderick Wright, Marcus Tubbs underneath with Kalen Thornton on the outside, Boyd and Derek Johnson outside backers, Aaron Harris in the middle, And Griffin and Vasher are the cornerbacks. Plenty of experience in the secondary. Giger and Huff are the safeties. So 1st and 10 at the 32. And Dave, let's not forget this defensive unit is number 5 in the nation at defending against the pass as they get an offside call on the quick one and complete for close to another first down to Nehemiah Glover. He's about a yard shy. It was a free snap.
Yeah, Crowder jumped, the true freshman at right defensive end. Can't be listening to Simmons. He's going to move when the football moves. And Simmons used a little hard count, little voice inflection to draw him offside.
They will take. And they're looking over to the sideline. Take the snap.
Offside on the defense. Penalties decline. 2nd down.
Yeah, 2nd and 1. Take that all day, every day.
And one of the keys coming in for Simmons is the real quick rhythm offense before Texas can even get close.
No doubt. And you know, playing in the shotgun is an advantage for him tonight because he's suffering with a little left knee problem that is going to limit that mobility.
Show the blitz, give it off to Henderson, and Henderson's got a first down as he's cracked going across the 45 out to the 48-yard line. Henderson, a sophomore from Gatesville, Texas. He's got a great average on the ground. He's also got 62 catches, can do it all. Jim Knox.
Okay, you guys talking about
Knoxy on that left knee. That's a testament to it's not 100%.
Beat, but Welker again. Can't make a miss in the secondary, though. Great tackle by Smith. So Wes Welker already with 2 grabs. He's got about 5 yards on first down. Our Best Buy leaders. All-time passing for a single season. Just mentioned it, Dave. 488 needed coming in tonight for B.J. Simmons. And with the kind of start he's got, it could be a record-setting night.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, he's done it all season long. He understands every nuance of this offense, and he's seen just about every gimmick defense you can see. He understands how defenses are trying to attack him and take away what he's trying to accomplish offensively.
Boy, look at that pre-snap read when you look at the eyes of Simmons. The way he gets up there, and they give it off on a quick one to Welker on the outside. First down, Wes Welker all the way to the 30-yard line. That is what you call an offense in complete rhythm to hit a guy in motion that perfectly.
Yep, it's that quick reverse, and it's a heck of a job. It's the handoff, the timing has to be just exemplary, and it was. I mean, if Welker mistimes that by just a beat, it's a broken play. B.J. Simmons is carrying the football instead of Welker. You don't want that. The timing was right on the money on that one, though.
So often we're talking way too much too early about Griffin and the other members of the secondary making stops. 1st and 10 at the 30 of Texas. Little dump off Henderson. Will they have blocking? It's not there. And he barely gets back to the line. Well, he wanted to screen, but there was really no pressure on Simmons as we look at the keys for the Red Raiders coming in.
Well, the first key is exactly what you described, Joel. No pressure on B.J. Simmons. They have to block for B.J., limit the hits on him. You know, he's had a stinger in the right shoulder, and he's got that injured left knee all in the last month. Explosive plays. They've got 93 plays of 20 yards or more, and they're -8 in the turnover department. They got to take it away and protect the football tonight because Texas is +6.
Scoville's in the slot on the wide side. And Simmons is changing the play. 2nd and 10 from the 30 after starting into their own 20. Here comes the heat. There goes Simmons. A loss of just about 10. Tubbs all over the quarterback.
Well, this kid's going to be a first-round draft pick in next April's NFL draft. One heck of an athlete, a former tight end in high school. And this is where the pressure has to come for Texas. Right up the middle, right in the face of B.J. Simmons. And Tubbs gets clean, beats his man inside, gets his 5th quarterback sack of the season. Did a good job of getting inside of Cody Campbell.
Yeah, got past the guard. This is a guy that you mentioned. He didn't play football until his junior year in high school. He was more interested in basketball. So the sack back to the 39, and now it's 3rd and 19. Simmons with 2 to each side. Will he use the wide side of the field? He will, but Glover won't get there. He's dropped down at the 30-yard line. And will they go for the long field goal try? It's now 4th and 10. Here the Red Raiders can gamble early. You never know with Mike Leach. That's why I bring it up.
Well, they brought Michael Griffin off the slot to pressure Simmons. They're going to try to give him as many different looks as they possibly can. And Leach has seen it all, and so has Simmons. You'll see him appear here. He's on a screen right now. Here comes Griffin right there. Safety blitz off the slot. Pressured Simmons into throwing the ball just a little sooner than he wanted to.
No shock here. Instead of a 47-yard field goal try, Mike Leach is going for it. This is his mindset. 4th and 10. Simmons pocket holds up. The crossing pattern for a first down. Mickey Peters, the senior from Weatherford, Texas, hit in stride all the way down near the 15-yard line.
He hit, Michael Huff was in coverage. He hit Peters, and B.J. Simmons needed 45 yards of offense to set a single-season total offense record for Texas Tech. He's already got it on the first drive tonight. On this pass to Peters gives him the new single-season total offense mark. And as you mentioned, Joel, that's a diminutive in terms of size tight end, 215-pound tight end. That's another wideout running that crossing pattern, and Simmons hit him on the money.
An amazing season. Simmons paid his dues, waited for Kingsbury to lead. Now it's Henderson bouncing inside the 15. Flag from the secondary as they drop him at the 10-yard line. The flag where you normally see a defensive holding call.
I think you got it. I think they're going to call Terrell Brown for defensive holding.
Or will it be a shot to the face?
It looks like Texas Tech, their reaction was it was going to be against them. Let's see.
Illegal shot? No.
Illegal substitution, 12 men on the field. Illegal participation.
John Bible, our official veteran of Big 12 football. And now the options belonging to the Red Raiders. You got to believe they're going to take the penalty.
Texas just ran 2 off the football field and ran 1 on. So they had 1 too many. Now going over the options, you're right, Joel. It's going to be half the distance to the goal or take the play.
Yeah, the officials talking it over. It was during the play. It was not a dead ball foul. So it should be first down over. And the mark off.
Mac Brown.
You know, you see that slide.
Illegal participation on the defense. 12 men on the field. That penalty is declined. Face mask on the defense. That penalty is assessed. 5 yards from the end of the run. Repeat first down.
You got it. Wasn't a dead ball foul, so double jeopardy on Texas. You saw the sweat and the frustration on Mac Brown. It is a warm, muggy night in Austin, Texas. I mean, you can cut it. That's how thick the area is here tonight.
It is. It's definitely close. And he doesn't like the fact that Texas Tech on this first drive of the football game has gone through his defense like hot knife through butter.
And all of a sudden, they've held the ball for better than 5 minutes. That's a rarity, too. Welker in motion. Henderson jogging up the middle. Too easy. Touchdown, Texas Tech. What an 80-yard drive to start the night for the Red Raiders.
Boy, he would have scored in touch football there. Nobody laid a fingernail on him. And the key call, Mike Leach deciding to go for it on 4th down, continuing the drive. The offensive line doing a good job of area blocking. Well, look at the seal right here. Get up on the linebacker level here. Easy cutback lane. Not touched by a soul. That's excellent blocking up front by that underrated Texas Tech offensive line who's played very, very well all season long.
Too good, as in the place kicker, although it was too good a start for Texas Tech. With the extra point, it's blocked. Another block for the Longhorns this year. They get everybody involved. In fact, Roy Williams has had a block this year of a punt.
Yeah, that was the 9th blocked kick of the season. 3 field goals, 3 punts, now 3 extra points. 3 of each. Boy, this was well blocked up front. Easy touchdown.
80-yard drive to start the contest. College Football Saturday presented by Kyocera, continuing from Austin, Texas. And better than a 5-minute drive for the Red Raiders as Torian Henderson completed it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Our Nissan scoring drive. Well, some great names in Texas football history here. Earl Campbell.
Boy, it pains me to see
You
Earl.
said that.
Man, that pains me.
All the pounding he took as a Horn and a Houston Oiler.
Fred Akers shaking his hand.
There's Darrell Royal right in front of him.
Yeah. Where Earl was just so gifted. Man, the best combination of speed and power I think I've ever seen in a running back. When he played for the Houston Oilers in that Astrodome, oh man, it was death going in there. Very, very tough to win.
Brown going back deep, along with Selvin Young. So now the Longhorns are going to touch it for the first time tonight. The kick from Too Good. Man, it's coming over to the near side. It's going to be Selvin Young at the 1. A lane to run. Outside he goes to the 30 and pulled down from behind. Beyond the 35. Near the 37-yard line. Now the Kyocera starting 11 for the Longhorns. Well, Vince Young in his 5th career start. What he does on the ground is the key, though. That's why he is so dangerous, like Brad Smith is for Missouri. So Vince Young better every snap. The freshman out of the Houston area, Madison High School. Texas 5A Player of the Year a couple of years ago. On first down, Benson tripped up early, lunges for maybe 2.5, close to 3. The offensive line. It's going to be Scott Holloway, Glenn Allen, and Blaylock up front. Allen can help out at center as well. In the backfield, Benson Matthews. He had 3 touchdowns last week on the ground. Benson coming off his best day of the year, 180 yards with B.J. Johnson, Roy Williams on the tight end. David Thomas. Vince Young out of the shotgun on 2nd and 7. Quarterback draw. Nifty moves. Close to a first down. He's a tall guy out to the 44, almost 45-yard line. Tall in the pocket like Randall Cunningham. Defensively, a challenge group. McGinnis, Threat, Scott, Duckett. I'll tell you why, as Duckett leads the way on the end. 9.5 sacks. Smith, Stratton, and Saldi are the linebackers. And in the secondary, Johnson and Smith, inexperienced back there. But Aycock does lead the team, not only in tackles, but he's got 6 picks as well. So keep their down early. Momentum belonging to Texas Tech. Great field position for the Longhorns. Now can they take advantage of it? Benson and Allen split behind Young. And Young throwing an easy one. Roy Williams makes a miss. Big yardage. And there you see the moisture in the turf. It was a light shower about 30-40 minutes before game time, and that created that loss of footing.
Well, you got a freshman, Chad Johnson, trying to cover Roy Williams. You have a size mismatch. You have an experience mismatch. And really, the turf, the slippery turf, gets the unassisted tackle. It really, what a threat this guy is. Joel, last week, 6 catches, 162 yards, including a 67-yard touchdown. You put him in single coverage, it's cock and nails.
And you put him in Mike Leach's offense with B.J. Simmons at quarterback. Yeah. It's scary.
Look at the cushion.
1st and 10. Movement up front. 3 down for Young. It's offside Texas Tech. On the comeback. Easy one. Look out. Down to the 15. It's a first down for B.J. Johnson. Good idea on a 3 down. It's going to be 1st and goal.
And talking about the creativity of Vince Young because of that rare athletic ability. Offside on Tech, free play like you mentioned. Now he gets out of pocket. An outside linebacker or cornerback. Do you chase him? Do you stay in coverage? He gets you between the rock and the hard place. Wide open because it gets him in the sweat. What do I do? I mean, do I get after Vince Young because he can run it? Do I stay in coverage? Out of pocket, he is such a danger. The only quarterback in Texas history to rush for over 800, throw for over 800, and he's just beginning.
Outside of the 9, 1st and goal, and another option. Sloan Thomas was available downfield. Now Benson belted, gain of a yard, and that is it. At the 8, Cedric Benson has really picked it up over the last 4 weeks in particular. Scott in on the hit. And our Longhorn keys of the game, Dave.
Well, they want to play keep away, Joel. First of all, they want to melt that play clock every snap, go on 10 to 12 play drives, 38 to 40 minutes time of possession, and then finish drives, red zone touchdowns. Here they are in the red zone. They want touchdown, not field goal. They don't want to punt tonight and then win the kicking game, dictate the field position, make Tech go on the long fields, get themselves some short fields. That's their MO tonight.
Longhorns looking to take the lead. 2nd and goal. Benson spun around and put down. Big time play defensively for the Red Raiders. Brock Stratton, the middle linebacker over there, along with McGinnis. Nathan McGinnis, the left end out of Waco, a senior. So not much going right now for the ground game.
Cedric Benson over the last 3 weeks has been arguably the hottest running back in college football. You know, he's run for 494 yards, averaging 5.7 a pop, 7 touchdowns. You can see why they want to get him the football, but now you're going to have to throw it a little bit, spread him out and throw it.
Raiders coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. First in Longhorn history to do it as both a freshman and a sophomore. Very close to doing it once again. Now on 3rd and goal. Underneath. Breaking the tackle. Touchdown, Longhorns. Bo Scaife.
I think it was Aycock that missed the tackle. He was there to make the play, and that's their best player defensively, their leading tackler. And Bo Scaife has had an injury-riddled career at Texas, coming out of the Denver, Colorado area, high school phenom. And here, yards after catch. Catch, miss. Aycock misses the tackle at the 8-yard line. Oh, did he cross the plane?
Very
did the ball cross the plane of the goal line?
Covered
but it's
anyway
recovered in the end zone by B.J. Johnson anyway.
Dusty Mangum trying to give the Longhorns the lead. And it's Texas 7. Texas Tech 6 on senior night in Austin. It's an early touchdown toss for Vince Young. The offense recovers. Now let's see if the defense for Texas has made some adjustments. The Raiders victory as they won last year 42-38. Now it's a 7-6 lead after the touchdown toss to Bo Scaife. Nissan scoring drive took less than 4 minutes. And it's interesting. Vince Young completed 3 passes for 54 yards on that first drive for Texas. 7 completions for Simmons to start the day. And his 7 for 51 yards. So the big plays belonging to the Longhorns. Meeks is over to the far side. Johnny Mack over to the near side. And Richmond McGee belts another good one. Directional kick right at the goal line. Johnny Mack with no momentum at all. Down to the 10-yard line. What a stick by the Horns coverage team. Time now for a Dr. Pepper game break. We need it after a jolt like that. Let's head to this. And Ohio State has been a very fortunate team this year. They've had a lot of games like that.
They sure have. In Ohio State, they've won a lot of close football games.
Now Simmons changing the play, adjusting to the shotgun. Pressure coming, and on a streak down the sideline overshoots his intended target, trying to get it to Glover. Carl Reese, the defensive coordinator for the Texas Longhorn, told us earlier this week, I love what he said. He asked your down lineman to run at least 60 wind sprints every time you face these guys. He goes, well, they wouldn't hold up, so you need more guys, and you better rotate about 6 to 8 down linemen easy.
Yeah, I think they're going to play 8, maybe even 9. What they want to do is they want to have Tubbs and people of his caliber fresh in the 4th quarter, their fresh legs, to put on the rush when they really have to have it if the game's on the line.
Boy, this is a strange formation, David. When you look at the Red Raiders, rarely do they come out looking like this with a tight end to each side.
Yep.
Simmons going to the outs. And there was contact, but it was over his shot. Nathan Vasher was there all over the wide receiver, Carlos Francis.
Nathan Vasher had a fantastic game last week against Rashawn Woods. Shut Rashawn Woods down. And Nathan Vasher, one-on-one. He was one-on-one all game with Woods. Held him to 4 receptions. He arrived almost simultaneous to the football, but the ball was high and non-catchable.
This time Vasher's on the outside. Matching up with Mickey Peters. Simmons on 3rd and 10. Over the middle, a first down. What a call. Across the 35, it is Peters.
Well, they got him matched up on DJ, linebacker. Basically tight end / wide receiver on linebacker. Now Johnson can run. I mean, he's a finalist for the Butkus Award, very athletic. That's asking a lot to put him. Here he is, and he's got the tight end coming off the line of scrimmage, man for man. Easy, clean release. Nobody rerouted Peters at the line of scrimmage. Johnson's got him one-on-one. Peters outruns him.
So they convert again on a big 3rd and long. That was 3rd and 10. Now they've got it at their own 36. Simmons looking underneath. Welker's got it. He's wrapped up immediately, but still almost like a running play for them. As he picks up 4 or 5 yards, Michael Huff, the strong safety, in the hit. Noxie, what's the latest?
All right, Joel, you guys talking about
Noxie. I mean, he shut down one of the premier wide receivers in all of college football. He earned it.
And now the give to Welker. He's got another first down. Welker's as quick as any guy you're going to see when they put him into the slot especially. He came into the game with 73 catches. Unbelievable. You look at this lineup. 73 for Welker, 62 for Henderson, the running back, 64 for Francis, 57 for Peters. It's just keep on coming. Glover had 54 coming in.
Right, and Mike Leach says, hey, we're the most balanced offense in college football in terms of distribution of the football.
He's right about that.
He gets every skill position player involved, and it makes them all better because they never know when they're the primary.
First and 10. Started back at their own 10. Henderson with a huge hole. Too big a hole. Off left tackle. Another first down, so they spread the defense, Dave. They spread them way out, and then all of a sudden that big lane.
Well, what happens is a complimentary play. We saw Welker come on the reverse, the quick handoff. Here comes the reverse again. Fake it, and everybody is respecting it. It widens the lane. Now fake that reverse, now hand it off. Holy mackerlandy, look at the lane. Because everybody's widening out. They've hit him in the gut a couple of times with that reverse, and then they fake it, complimentary play, give it to the back on a dive.
Anderson making a miss in the backfield, but nothing doing. He's shot down right at the original line of scrimmage. On first and 10, it'll be second and 10. Holy mackerel candy. Okay, Kingfish.
Yeah, really. You know, it's a lot of teams they get their running game going, and then they do a play action pass. With Texas Tech, and this is contrarian thinking, you'd think they'd have complementary plays off of each other in their passing game. They have a complementary play in the running game off of that reverse. That's Mike Leach at his best right there. Very creative mind offensively.
Now they go trips to the wide side for the first time with a single over to the short side. So different look for Mike Leach and his offense. On second and 10, outside of the 34 of Texas. Simmons in trouble. The alternative, and just out of the reach of Henderson, but a good idea. The touch was not there.
Right. Well, and the pressure came up the middle, Joel, and that's where Texas has to get pressure on B.J. Simmons. Even with a healthy knee, no quarterback likes pressure in his face if you're not 6'7" and looking over the top of it. And B.J. Simmons that time had to throw the football falling away from the line of scrimmage.
Now this is what he needs to surpass the NCAA record set by Ty Detmer, 367 and counting tonight. So he came in needing 448. Same formation, keeping Henderson in the backfield. On third and 10, they show the blitz. Here it comes. Henderson picks it up, and it's a dead ball foul against the offense.
Yeah, little false start, moved too quickly. I think at the left tackle position, a little flinch out there.
Snap, false start on the offense. 5 yards. Third down.
You know what my favorite comment by Carl Reese, the defensive coordinator, was for Texas when he said, this is like the wishbone was years ago because it's an offense you don't see on a regular basis.
Exactly. It's a gimmick offense. It's a different offense. It's tough to prepare for on a short week. You don't see it very regularly. And I like the other comment that Carl Reese had. Greg Davis said that he offered him $50 for every 7-minute drive the offense went on. Gets to keep us off the field, limit our exposure.
Now the mark-off. Makes it third and 15. Dump off on the screen. Henderson didn't know it was coming that soon. Didn't have a choice, did they? Aaron Harris was on top of the running back anyway.
Yeah, Aaron Harris grabbed him. Aaron Harris said, wait, you're mine. You're not going anywhere. and this is questionable. Here he comes. Here comes. Grab the jersey, stretch it. He could get called for that one.
He thought it was flag football.
Yeah, I mean, that's holding. And that would have been a tough call because with holding, automatic fresh set of downs.
So the first punt of the contest. Going back deep, it's going to be Nathan Vasher for the Longhorns.
You got to think fake, but it's an awfully long 4th and 14. Texas Tech doesn't like punting, but they have to here.
They're going after the punter, a true freshman. And Reyes just wanted to make sure he got it away. It's going to find the end zone. Great effort, though, in the end zone for the Red Raiders on the coverage. Aberdeen, the wide receiver, almost got to it. So Texas with a 1-point lead. Senior night, and they get it back. Austin, Texas. And we do have a slight delay downstairs as they put the ball to the 20-yard line. Texas Tech, Dave, already has 130 yards of total offense. We aren't even a quarter into the football game, and this is against the 16th best defense in the nation, 5th best against the pass.
Well, it's not surprising because they're averaging 508 yards a game passing, 613 yards of total offense, and converting 53% on third down. Third down's no different than first and second down for Texas Tech, though. They run the same stuff. I mean, so it's no big deal to be converting better than half the time.
Well, here we go with the Longhorns' second offensive series. Didn't take them long to move it the first time. They've got it 1st and 10. First drive was 63 yards. Option. Cedric Benson. Lower your head, big boy. Go for the first down. He's got it. And we head to a Dr. Pepper game break. Aspirin, please. Game, as far as I'm concerned, Oklahoma and USC.
That would be a heck up. You know, if things fall right for Texas, if Michigan can beat Ohio State next week up in Michigan, and USC has a problem with Oregon State, who knows?
Vince Young on the play fake. Not a bad throw. Roy Williams won't quit on it, will he?
Wow.
Okay,
like
take it off.
there.
Give me some FaceTime. It's senior night. Why not?
Look at him.
He's in his last home game. What a smile on his face as he's got another first down. Great kid. And that's something that his head coach Mack Brown talked to him about. What a great job his mom did and the way he's been just a stability guy in the program.
This is size, speed, strength personified. 6'4", 210 pounds. 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys getting involved. He is El Lodo.
Yeah.
And the guy runs, he'll run like in the high 4.3s with all that size and a size 16 shoe to boot. That's a tough character there.
See Roy on Sundays.
Yeah.
Some Mondays. And now the design roll for Vince Young. He's got the first down, and Thomas, or Mega Johnson rather, makes the most of it for another first down. Can they stop anybody? This Texas Tech Red Raider defense until 2 games ago, dead last out of 117 teams in the nation. Well, they've improved a little bit, but he did face Baylor over the last 2 weeks, so they're now 111 out of 117.
Exactly. The last 2 weeks, 5 takeaways. They held Colorado and Baylor both under 300 yards of offense. And this Texas offense, though, a horse of a different color, Joel. They're one of only 5 schools in the country to throw it and run it for over 200 yards apiece.
Timeout is taken by Texas Tech, and I don't blame them. Everything way too easy right now for Vince Young and the Longhorns. Young has not missed yet. He's 5 of 5, 76 yards with a touchdown toss to his tight end, Bo Scaife.
And that's the thing. Last week, he threw the ball very, very well against Oklahoma State, and he's thrown it well again tonight. This guy gets his act together throwing the football with his ability to run and create. He's averaging 8.7 yards per rush. He's rushed for 10 touchdowns. He becomes a threat throwing the football. Sky is the limit.
Well, Cedric Benson, as you said, maybe the hottest running back in the nation over the last 3 to 4 games. This young man still, fortunately for the Longhorns, he's not celebrating senior night. He's back next year.
And a lot of his yards, as always, after contact. 54% of his career yards after contact. There he is the last 3 games. 7 touchdowns, averaging 5.7 a carry. That 494 yards, second most in college football. And I'll tell you, he is a huge factor. He's the power guy. You know, Vince Young softens him up on the perimeter and inside with the speed. And then in comes Benson. He's the hammer driving the nail.
So now after the timeout, was taken by Texas Tech. It's a first down for the Longhorns. Ball to the Red Raiders 47. Will Allen. And right out of the timeout, you think this kid's got confidence? He's changing the play at the line. Toss sweep, long side of the field for Benson. Looking for a lane, he'll take it to the outside. There's the speed and the power. There he goes. And he takes himself down, trying to cut it back. Only one man to beat. He's down to the 14-yard line. On cue.
Well, I'll tell you, the guy that had the key block was Tony Jeffrey, the wide receiver. And Roy Williams has talked about it. With Texas making a commitment to running the football, the wide receivers have stepped up and are blocking people. And here it is, on the edge. You see him right there on the top of the screen, Tony Jeffrey making the block on the perimeter that gets Cedric Benson the edge. And now he's off to the races, except trips over his own feet into the turf. And Cedric Benson's probably very upset about it because he saw golden goalpost, but his feet crumbled.
Boy, you talk about thunder thighs. So he got some power.
Oh, yeah.
Lower half of his body. Try it again. And he won't get there. This time, snuffed out right at the point of attack. Adel Duckett, who leads the team with 9.5 sacks, 17 tackles behind the line for a loss from Mineral Wells, Texas. He is only a junior, and that was quite a stop.
We had Texas Tech earlier this season against Colorado. He had a couple of sacks and penetrated, disrupted all night long, just like that. Get up the football field, and when your back has to make his first cut 3 yards in his own backfield, you got problems.
Hard to believe. That flew by. Usually it's over-unders about 4.5 hours in the Mike Leach game.
That's true. That's true.
That's the end of the first 15 minutes of play, and how entertaining was that? Marching up and down the field. Longhorns and the Red Raiders matching each other offensively. Longhorns driving. They've got a 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter. You're watching College Football Saturday on Fox Sports Net, presented by Kyocera.
You are such the man. Hey,
How muggy is it tonight?
the humans are out. The humans are hanging from the trees. I can see them out there. And second opportunity in the red zone for the Longhorns. They scored a touchdown the first opportunity because Bo Scaife made Aycock miss. And he scored a touchdown on his touchdown pass. And who would have thought that Tech would have outrushed Texas in the first quarter like they did by 2 yards?
Hard to believe on that prop play. Back to throw. Vince Young in trouble on his way down. So the first 5 snaps of this drive were all first downs. Then Duckett got the big hit on Benson. And now the sack in the backfield as Dawson was on top of the situation, the true freshman from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Dawson had 2 sacks last week against Baylor. And I'll tell you, now he's got 5 sacks on the day. Look at the crisscrossing up front, the stunting, the tackles and ends, crossing, disrupting lanes. That action really messed up Texas's offensive line in terms of picking it up and keeping those rush lanes protected for Vince Young.
So now it's going to be 3rd and long. 3rd, just about 20. Out of the gun. Young has time, deep on an isolation. Knocked away, touchdown anyway, Sloan Thomas.
Wow.
What a grab and concentration.
Woo. Two touchdown passes for Vince Young. Bo Scaife made one miss at the 8-yard line and took it to the house. And then Sloan Thomas. Are you serious? Take a bow. 6'2", 200 pounds on the back line of the goal line. Tipped it to himself. What body control.
Now Mangum for the point after. Longhorns are up by 8. Well, Sloan Thomas, former Houston High School Player of the Year. He is a senior. You think he's going to forget this night?
Oh, look at it adjust to the football, tip it to himself, and then have the presence of mind to get both feet, not just one, both feet in bounds. And you know what? You got to give Vince Young credit. He says, Sloan, you're a heck of an athlete. I'm going to put it up there and let you make a play. And he did. Sloan Thomas out jumps him, bodies him up, secures the ball. Big time play.
Vince Young making it look easy, like it's soft toss. 7-on-7 passing drills. He's 6 of 6, 100 yards. And by the way, you cannot score if you're a member of the Longhorns unless you're a senior. Bo Scaife, senior from Denver, who missed all the last season with a knee injury. He scored. Now, Sloan Thomas, former Houston High School Player of the Year. He's a senior. He scores. That's it. You got to stop at the 1 if you're an underclassman.
That's true. Although a redshirt freshman is throwing the ball to him, and is he special?
Yeah, they've all said, wait a minute, I think I have another year of eligibility. I like Young.
Oh, man.
Beats Johnny Mack. And it's going to be Mack taking it, staying right there. So our Kyocera shot of the day. It's early tonight. Kyocera L3V widescreen digital camera. What a shot for Sloan Thomas. One he will never, ever forget.
Okay, I'm Jamal Jackson, number 18 in the white. I'm 5'10", 184. I got great coverage. Sloan Thomas, 6'2", 200. The size and the jumping ability outdid me. And Jamal Jackson had good coverage. You have to give credit to the guy that threw it and the guy that caught it. They executed a phenomenal play.
So now an 8-point lead. It was a touchdown to start the game. 14 unanswered for Texas after the 6 early on a touchdown run by Henderson for Tech, but the extra point was blocked by Tubbs. And on the end around, will it work again for Welker? Slowed down, but still good yardage. He steps out of bounds right at the 24. Let's head downstairs. Noxie.
All right, Joe, you know you talk.
Light rain makes that ball a little more slick than if it's soaking wet. A soaking wet football is easier to grab than one that's just got a little moisture on it.
2nd and 6, Red Raiders at their own 24. It's a 5-man rush coming. Deep down the middle. What a grab over the shoulder. Carlos Francis first down, and did he grab it? No. Could not hang on. He looked over his left shoulder first, came over the opposite shoulder.
Francis with over 1,000 yards coming into football game this evening, averaging over 102 yards a game. Boy, that's catchable ball for Carlos Francis. He's made that catch many, many times, but he could not come up with the football that time. B.J. Simmons can't throw it any better than that.
Vasher had something to do with it at the tail end of the play once he bobbled it.
Yep, Vasher stripped. He got the nice little rip in there.
So now 3rd and 6. Vasher backing off at the line. Now with that, Simmons adjusting, although now they go right back up, and it's going to be press coverage. Simmons out of the gun, and it's batted up into the air, incomplete. Horns get the job done again, and was it Crowder again? The big guy, or on the outside, the pressure from Griffin.
Yeah, and Roderick Wright came on a twist inside. The defensive tackles, Tubb and Wright, twisting inside. And let's take a look at these defensive tackles. Watch the crossing action going on inside here, and see what takes place. See the crisscrossing? Then he gets the big hand up and deflects that football.
Crowder.
That's a deal where the pressure inside, and then the defensive ends come off the edge.
Vasher getting explode once again. He's done it already. They almost get to Reyes, who sends out a beauty. Fair catch called for by Vasher, and he's got it right at the 30-yard line. So the Longhorns hold Texas Tech to 3 and out with a punt for the first time tonight on the 3rd offensive series for the Red Raiders. Now with a 14-point lead, Vince Young, who's not missed yet, hasn't made a mistake yet. He's completed every pass. He's made the right reads. Also, the right adjustments. Don't forget, out of a timeout, Dave, he audibilized. He checked out of a play that the coaches gave him. He went to a sweep on the outside for Cedric Benson that almost went for a score. It went down to the 14-yard line.
That's the growth. We're watching the growth and maturation and development of a young quarterback. First game ever with 2 touchdown passes, and he's got 13 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Benson altering his field for a short gain of 3 out to the 34. Dr. Pepper. Game break time once. All right, Mike. Well, I'd say Chuck has lost his voice during that game, but it always sounds like that with Chuck.
You're right about
He's
that.
so great. I love talking to him. The Sopranos.
Chuck still works that bench press heavy, too. He's got about a 50-inch chest on him.
You're right. Now, moving the pocket by design, too easy. Boy, what a push in out there for the wide receivers. It's taken in. Hi, Tony Jeffrey, his first grab of the night. He can't score, though. Don't forget, he's only a junior.
Yeah, he's going to be the kingpin coming back. All these senior receivers are going to be graduating. Tony Jeffrey is going to be the next guy to step in and fill a big role. And, boy, just that moving pocket. Vince Young out of pocket scares you to death. Because if he tucks it and runs, he's capable of a big play. If he throws the football, he's showing he's capable. He still hasn't missed, right? He's still 100% completion.
He's 7 for 7.
That's not bad.
Take that to the green felt in Vegas.
And 2 of them are touchdowns. That dog will hunt, too.
108 yards. Incompletions. What a beginning. Young calling his own number. Nothing available up the middle, but still not a negative play. He gets 2 on first down. It's almost like Brad Smith. You don't want to take the ball out of their hands because they're capable anytime of busting it.
No doubt. And, you know, Texas Tech, they're going to spy Vince Young from time to time with safeties, but it doesn't matter if you spy him if you can't get him on the ground. You know, spying the guy is one thing, but tackling him, getting him on the ground is another. And a lot of times, all it does is remove a guy that would be involved in coverage to cover the quarterback running the football. That's an advantage. Vince Young makes you make adjustments that benefit his offense.
Brad Robin coming into the game for the first time. Their pass catching specialist out of the backfield as they roll the pocket again. Young in trouble. Not much though, is he? To the 45, to the 50, and close to a first down. So just when you think you've got him in the backfield, he is gone. And let's see where they spot it. He's right at the marker.
This is what gives defensive coordinators gray hair or no hair as they pull it out by the roots. A guy that can do this. You got everything covered. You know, the D-line's doing a nice job on the moving pocket, and he says, well, I'm going to just make a play. I'm going to create. And even though you've got it well defended and you're getting off blocks, you look up, the guy picks up 9 yards on you. That is just the definition of a remarkable athlete at the trigger position.
So now it's going to be 3rd and less than a yard, 3rd and inches, and Young's got it. You know, we talked about it last year, and we'll get back into it in just a moment. The similarities for Vince Young and a couple of other quarterbacks we've seen before. First downstairs we go, Jim Knox.
I tell you what, Joel and Dave, you talking about some blocking going down here, particularly the Longhorns wide receiver B.J. Johnson threw a great block the play before last to free Vincent Young. Now, B.J. says he doesn't care if he blocks all day as long as they're winning. Guys, last week against Oklahoma State, Greg Davis proud of his wide receivers. They said they had 20 knockdown blocks. That is a huge key for this Longhorns running offense.
That's like Nebraska. Nebraska's wide receivers used to have knockdowns like that.
1st and 10. They've got size out of the position. bulging through. Benson spins for 4. They do not have a wide receiver, the Texas Longhorns, under 6'1". That's B.J. Johnson 6'1", Jeffrey 6'1", Thomas 6'2", Roy Williams, well, he's your prototype. He's 6'4", 210, 215. You know, we talked a little bit last week about Vince Young, his size. The more I watch him, he's got the size of a Randall Cunningham, a phenomenal quarterback out of UNLV for the Philadelphia Eagles, but he almost seems like he's a little thicker than Randall at the same stage.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joel. I think he's going to get, I can see him being 240, 245 pounds by the time, you know, he's in his 20s. He's got freakish footwork, though, freakish.
Now, option, get it on the edge. Benson's got it, blocking downfield. And the man blocking downfield for him, Sloan Thomas, the wide receiver, and a flag at the end of the play on a late hit.
And Roy Williams got a block at the other level, Joel. The wide receivers continuing to do the job. And boy, again, Vincent Young is such a weapon because now you throw the option in, Texas running the option.
Foul on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
And there's the tack on with the personal foul, the late hit. But look at Roy Williams making the block, and then well out of bounds, about 2 or 3 yards out of bounds. That's just a free shot that gets detected. Watch Roy lock up here. Get your hands inside. Pretty good. Here he is. Roy's working it. Finish. Stay with it. Sustain. Not bad. Not that, you know, this has made him a more complete receiver. Everybody knew he could run. Everybody knew he could catch. Nobody was sure about his blocking. This year, he's shown that he will willingly block. His value is climbing.
Well, he's top 10. There's no doubt he's top 10. Now
First receiver taken.
Yeah, top 5 even. Benson slams his way up the middle. Lower your shoulder again, big guy. He's got it to the 5 for a gain of 8.
And I'll tell you, I loved what I saw from the offensive line. Jonathan Scott, Tillman Holloway at the end of the play, high-fiving each other. The big boys up front got it started, and Benson, woo, talk about finishing a run. Watch the big boys here. Look at that double team there. Look at this, sustaining a block. Here comes the fullback with his lead. That's picture perfect. And now, boy, lower the shoulder pads and get about 6 yards after contact. Ooh, that's finishing.
Benson in the eye behind Will Allen. Benson up the middle. He's in. Touchdown, Texas. Hope it's back on the flag, though. He's only a junior. Longhorns in the end zone again.
Longhorns back to that smash mouth, just like they did in the second half against Oklahoma State. They're just coming off the football now. That was back-to-back ISOs. Fullback Matthews leading. Offensive line coming off the ball and knocking people backwards. And Benson saying, thanks to all of you, it was easy.
So Benson with 10 carries, 76 yards on the ground. Easy night to get lathered up. It's a warm one, a muggy one down in Austin, Texas. But senior night and a night to celebrate. A great experience for seniors that, well, they've got 20 wins and only 1 loss on their home field during their career.
Ooh, boy, that's some blocking there.
To the touchdown run of 5 yards. And let's face it, when they met Oklahoma, the Texas Longhorns were just hammered. Cotton Bowl a few weeks back. This team could have headed south. And Mack Brown said, put it on me. I didn't have them ready. That's obvious. They could have really gone into the tank. Instead, they went the other way.
And you got to give them a lot of credit. And Mack Brown rallied his troops, and they responded. And they got physical. In came Vincent Young, and they went to the shotgun half the time. Quarterback run package. Cedric Benson compliment. Big-time action.
McGee thinks he's in the mile-high air. He must think he's playing in Boulder today. So Johnny Mack will keep it there. It's going to be the Tex ball. The Red Raiders have it at the 20. Now the wins and losses year by year from Mack Brown.
It's pretty strong. You know, look at the consecutive 9+ win seasons, and he's tracking for another one here. And they always finish November to remember repeatedly. 14-2 in the month of November coming into tonight's game. And they're going to finish strong once again in November. And that's a tribute to his football team improving as the season goes on. And they're peaking at the right time.
Maybe they can get Oklahoma late in the season next year, because they do get better as the season progresses.
They certainly do.
From the 20. They fake that reverse. Simmons is going to be belted, and that's why he overthrows his man. He knew it, too. He had to get rid of it, and he took a shot at the end. Carlos Francis was the intended target. Now, what a hit on the blind side.
Yeah, Giger hit him blind side. He felt Giger. You know, he had that instinct. He knew Giger was coming, and he had to throw it, like you said, Joel, a split second before he wanted to. All you're looking to do is disrupt the timing. Here comes Giger, backside. Simmons feels him, Giger drills him, ball gone, but he made him throw it just prematurely enough.
Good timing by Giger, the junior from Shreveport, Louisiana. Now Simmons collects himself back in the gun. He's got 2 to each side on 2nd and 10. They went 3 and out with a punt last time. Will it be the same? Shallow cross, complete, and a first down. Trey Haverty with his first grab of the game, the junior from Richardson, Texas. That's his 10th catch of the season.
We may have a hold going on here, though. They may be calling Casey Keck, the big right tackle. I think he got engaged up there, and little sumo wrestling move, taking his down lineman to the turf.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, second down.
It's not allowed against a guy who grew up just 90 minutes away in San Antonio.
You know, Carl Weiss is doing a good job of changing looks up. Here's Keck. There's the hold. Outside the framework of the body, take him down by the throat. That's getting your money's worth. That's a definite hold, and they did catch Casey Keck with his hand in the cookie jar and other places.
Very graphic description by the throat.
That's a throat kill there.
Arm dragging a toss, drive to the abdominal shoulder blades.
Yeah, real. Off the top turnbuckle.
2nd and 10. 5 minutes gone to the second quarter. Simmons, he's got single coverage, and he's got his man, and overshoots Francis again. Not a bad idea, though, with isolation. One-on-one out in the corner. Downstairs, Noxie, what's the latest? It's the knee, it's the ankle. What part of the leg? Well, it's a state secret. We don't know.
Yeah, well, he's got that knee brace on that left knee, and he can't even straighten out his leg. You know, he can't flex that leg, and I agree with you, Noxie. This guy's a gamer.
Now, Griffin bluffing on the outside. Simmons is going to change the play, adjusting with Henderson in the backfield on 3rd and 20. It's only a 3-man rush. The end drops, and it should have been intercepted. Should have been picked off by Giger. His own man took him out a little bit.
Carl Reese continuing to disguise what he's doing. He's disguising his blitz. He's giving B.J. Simmons one look pre-snap and then running something different behind it at the snap of the football. And this time, B.J. Simmons overthrows his intended target. Giger was there for potentially a big play. Couldn't corral it.
Well, Simmons started the game 9 for 11. He has now missed 7 straight. 9 of 18 for 81 yards. Vince Young, the hot quarterback. 7 for 7, ready to get it back. Will he get it back, though? Well, the Basher taking the distance, wade into the midfield stripe. Reyes kicks from his own goal line. True freshman with a 60-yarder in the air. Look out, here comes Vasher on the sideline. Gets a nice block inside the 40, down to the 35. Boy, that was a well-set block. And a lay-in on the left side. So good return set up by the Longhorns, and they've got it all the way at the Red Raiders 35. So the Longhorns ready to blow out Texas Tech early with 9:44 left in the first half. We'll come right back, see what they do. First time the Horns have had it in Red Raider territory, already up 21-6. Do love it. Wish we could have all the games out here in Austin.
I swear.
Not objective. Selvin Young is going to set up. The field, not Benson this time. And it's 1st and 10 in Red Raider territory. Over the middle. And fortunately for Roy Williams, it was too tall. That's the first miss of the game, believe it or not, Dave, for Vince Young.
Boy, it's amazing. It took 9 minutes in the quarter here. Look at the kill guys here for Texas Tech. Watch what happens to them as they release the cover. Texas, they're going to double team them. And look at this. I mean, if you're out in the street, that's assault. And when he catches the football, look at the space. Look at the space Nathan Vasher has. That's just an unbelievable job of double teaming the kill guys and not allowing them to be a factor whatsoever. Great job taking away the edge.
So the gunner was gunned down.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now Young had nothing doing. He calls his own number, and it's going to be 3rd and long for one of the few times for Texas, although they did get a touchdown toss on 3rd and 20 at the 24. The touchdown pass to Sloan Thomas, so he finally misses one. He's thrown for 2 scores, one to Bo Skate, the other to Sloan Thomas. The 3rd touchdown belongs to Cedric Benson on a 5-yard run. Van Texas perfect on 3rd down so far. They're 4 of 4.
How about pass efficiency for Young tonight? I mean, you talk about perfect. 7 for 7, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns before that incompletion. You can't be any more perfect.
Now the blitz out of the secondary. It's picked up underneath. It's going to be short of the first down of the completion. It's taken in by Sloan Thomas. It's about yeah, you got to go for it. Yard short, senior night from the 26. Dusty Mangum only tried 7 field goals all year anyway. You remember when we asked him last week, why haven't you tried field goals? He said, we really haven't had chances. We got confidence in Mangum, but we just have had great field position and opportunities to go for it.
Yeah, both of these teams. Texas Tech is 6 for 9. Too good. 6 for 9 in field goals. Mangum 5 for 7. 11 for 16 as a combined 2 football teams 10 games into the season is remarkable.
Tight formation. Allen in front of Young. Slide the tight end. And it's going to be Selvin Young putting it on the ground. But
Texas move.
yes, dead ball, false start coming up against the offense. Now they might think about bringing Mangum out there.
I think it was Bo Scaife at the top of the line of scrimmage.
False start on the offense. Movement in the interior line. 5 yards, 4th down.
Take a look right here. Actually, it's Brock Edwards coming off nice block, but came off the ball too soon. Came off the football a half a beat early. Now it's 4th and 6. Much different ball move. Still going for it though.
Yes, they are.
They don't, you don't want to punt, obviously. This would be a field goal attempt of about 47, 48 yards. I guess they feel they have a better opportunity to convert here and eat up more clock against this explosive Texas Tech offense.
Yeah, they've got the tight end in the backfield, along with the tailback on 4th and 6. Slide the pocket over to the wide side. Let's see what they do. Vince Young with time. And now the grab at the 20. And what a catch. A first down. Bo Scaife on the catch. Coming across the middle. The tight end once again.
I'll tell you the key to the play, Joel. Unbelievable block by Selvin Young picking up the blitz. Watch Selvin Young right there. That is big time. You take him to the ground. You don't mess around. You just cut him right to the turf. He took Havili right to the turf. And now Bo Scaife says, thank you. I got an opportunity. I'm matched up in a favorable matchup.
And how nonchalant is the throwing motion right now of Vince Young? Is he in his backyard and he's 8, 9 years old?
You know what it is? Confidence is narcotic.
Unbelievable.
He's intoxicated right now.
He's high on life.
He's confident.
Well, this week on the Fox NFL, is it going to be? I'm not objective because I thought Eli or Peyton Manning should have had it a few years ago. Will it be Eli Manning?
I think it's a 2-man race. I think maybe long shot, Phillip Rivers. They win in overtime today. They're the upperclassmen. If Eli Manning can pull off a victory against LSU and they get into the SEC championship game and somehow pull that off, that's going to be big in his favor. But Jason White, unless Oklahoma loses, how do you not go for the game?
And who do you think it's going to be? Log on to foxsports.com and let us know. We'll update you later on how you felt about it.
Larry Fitzgerald's only a sophomore. That's going to hurt him. He'll be around to collect another one. It's hard for wide receivers that don't return punts and kickoffs to win it.
If Larry Fitzgerald was in the Midwest, do you think he'd be getting that kind of pub? He's on the East Coast.
Good point.
Now, on first down, Vince Young maneuvering nicely again. He's got about 5 down to the 12.
Fred lost his head, just his helmet, fortunately. But that helmet came flying off there.
That's Fred Threat, the sophomore. From, same high school as Cedric Benson, Midland Lee right here in Texas. So now it's going to be 2nd and less than 5, 2nd and 4, clock moving. Carl Reese's defense has made some adjustments because Texas Tech has not been a factor over the last 2.5 possessions. And now, will it be a certifiable blowout in the first half? Every time we say that, though, 4th quarter, Simmons gets it going again. Benson diving. Won't be at the first down marker. About a yard, maybe a half yard short at the 8.
Tell you, that's a very nice job by Vincent Meeks, the safety. They loaded the box, put the extra man in the box, and that was a safety who's not the biggest guy in the world for sure. And he just sacrificed his body, 6 feet, 187 pounds. And he was smart. He went for Benson's toenails and hit him low instead of high. You don't want to take the big fella up around the shoulder pads, you get knocked backwards.
And now a timeout has been called. Last one was by Tech. This one's by Texas. So Tech with 1 timeout left. Texas has 2 timeouts left. We've got 6:31 remaining in the first half. We were just talking about what it's going to be like with Vince Young around here. Well, Roy Williams gave us his perspective on the redshirt freshman quarterback.
Vince, he's He's not the leader of the offense. He's the quarterback of the offense. He's developed into a pocket passer in which now he's throwing stuff on time. Usually when I run around and I look back, I'm looking at him and he's looking at me, and he still hasn't thrown the ball yet. But against Oklahoma State, I turned back and the ball's already in the air, and that reminded me a little bit of Chris. And so that's showing signs of improvement, and hopefully he can keep improving.
Yeah, he's every snap and every start, it's been better for Vince Young. This is his 5th career start. Dave, he's 9 of 10, 132 yards with a couple of touchdown tosses.
I thought he threw the ball very, very well against Oklahoma State, and he's carried it over. I mean, tonight he's even throwing it at a more efficient rate. And like we've already said a couple of times, the way he runs the football, if he continues to develop as a passer, oh my goodness.
They slide the tight end in motion. Thomas, and now Benson on 3rd and a yard. He's got the first down, I believe, inside the 8 down to the 7. See where they spot it, though. Thought he took it inside the 7. They've got it outside the 7. May need a measurement.
Mack will be going again if that's the case, I believe.
They're going to say they don't need a measurement. It's going to be 4th and less than a foot or 2.
I bet Mack goes. He said he doesn't want to settle for field goals. He wants touchdowns in the red zone.
Well, he's got a little bit of a grin on his face like, do you believe that spot? Because it looked like Benson took it inside the 7.
And his defense is playing well. So you look at the whole picture. You know, you scored 3 touchdowns in the red zone. Your defense is playing well. If this one doesn't work out.
Now, do you need to give the ball away? I don't think so. How about Young on the quarterback sneak? It'll be Benson. He's got the first down. He is inside the 7. They may do to bring it in for a measurement. And that is unbelievable. I thought he stretched it inside the 7. The linesman came back right at the 7-yard line. They'll bring the sticks in, I believe, for this one.
That's going to be very, very close.
Why wouldn't they go with a quarterback sneak with a 6'5 quarterback on a deep eye set? That's interesting. You got a 6'5 quarterback. He shoots the gap on his own.
Yeah, that's true. If he falls forward, you know, it's a first down with that height that he's got. Boy, Benson's been hammering it in there, and the offensive line's been coming off the ball. Cedric Benson now 12 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown. And they didn't get it.
No, they did not. They're a couple inches shy. So Texas Tech desperately needed it. And the Longhorns fail on 4th and about a foot at the 7.
We must be on a tough angle, Joe, because I agree with you. From our vantage point, it looked like he made it both times. But we're looking at it at about a, I don't know, what, 40-degree angle?
Yes.
And we're not right down the line of scrimmage, so it's tough for us to see here.
So B.J. Simmons, who's missed his last 7 straight, that's what he needs tonight to overtake Ty Detmer, the all-time single-season NCAA passing mark. He started needing 448 down to 367. He needs 93 before he gets to the goal line on this drive. Middle screen. Well designed. Nehemiah Glover stumbling his way to a first down. Lost the football. Who's got it at the 20? And Texas Tech does recover.
Well, I'll tell you, the guy that forced the fumble is Roderick Wright. And that's a big defensive lineman, 6'5", 315 pounds. Very good call. If you're thinking blitz, run the screen, and good blocking down the football field. Look at that. That's a 6'5", 315-pound defensive lineman hustling to the football and knocking it loose. That's an A+ for effort there.
The junior from Lamar, Texas, recovered his own fumble. 1st and 10. Breathing room for Simmons. Quick slant. What a shot. Boy, Jarrett felt that, didn't he? Jarrett Hicks, a redshirt freshman from Houston. That was a pop by Nathan.
Talk about perfect timing. Arrival of football and arrival of Vasher simultaneous. And this is what you face when you want to play receiver and you run the slam.
Wait. Does the wide receiver go back to the quarterback and say, don't do that to me again?
Yeah, exactly. And he goes back and says, you're paying for my dental bill because all my fillings are loose.
Now 2nd and 10. It's a 15-point lead for the Longhorns. They get a first down for the first time over the last 3 series. Yes, they will. Past the 30 to the 35. Wes Welker's always dangerous. It's yards after catch for this guy. He's got it across the 40.
Joel, he's got all the intangibles. He's only 5'9", but it's not the size of the dog of the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And he is one fighting dog now. He's a competitor. Capital C on that chest.
He's also got 8 punt returns for touchdowns. That is an all-time NCAA record. Although I understand Antonio Perkins almost got an 8 today. He almost took it in. He was dropped at the 5-yard line in the Oklahoma-Baylor game.
Right
now, false start.
Yeah, right side of the offensive line bailing out of there, Joel. You know, in protection.
Dead ball, false start on the offense. 5 yards, first down.
In the shotgun, Texas Tech's offensive line protection technique's interesting. They back up and bail out almost like they're protecting a punt. I mean, they're just giving ground immediately at the line of scrimmage. They take those big splits and they try to widen the defensive ends. So even if there's nobody blocking, they don't think the ends can get there because they move them out toward the sideline. And inside, they just kind of bail out and back up.
Well, out of the 30 snaps for Texas Tech tonight, 21 have been passes, 9 carries, 9 rushes for a healthy 53 yards. It's going to be Henderson with flags into the air, and Henderson right up the gut, left the football on the ground, and Texas has it. Derek Johnson. Derek Johnson across the 45, but what's the flag about?
It's Crowder, offside again. It's a moot point. Crowder jumped into the neutral zone. When a player went in motion, it affected him, and he jumped. Got in the neutral zone. The freshman defensive end.
Defense offside. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And it's basically, he can't be watched. Watch the motion man start to affect him. Oh, here he comes. Oh, you can't do that. You can't watch motion man. You can't listen to the quarterback. You move when the ball moves. And so now, it would have been the 8th takeaway of the season for DJ. He has 4 interceptions, 3 fumble recoveries. That one's wiped out. The young guy just not holding his water in there.
I like the way you put that. From the 41. First down all over again, but 10, not 15 this time after the mark-off. And a dart. Nehemiah Glover. He looked like Ronaldo Nehemiah once he caught that one. Not Nehemiah Glover, down to the 37.
You're right about that. You talk about acceleration. He gets from 0 to 60. I mean, he's shifting gears. He's through those gears quickly. You know, I can't relate, Joe. I'm a golf cart. I got 1 speed. I get to max speed quick, but that's it. Look at the shift here. Boom, boom. Now he's in about 3rd. Boom, make somebody miss. I mean, that is some quickness getting up the football field now.
You know, if you think you're a golf cart, the rest of us feel like you're a tractor trailer.
Yeah, that's true, too. 18-wheeler, baby.
From the 37. Tech started this drive after they stopped him on 4th down and about a foot back at their own 7-yard line. Tech desperate for points. Toss. Henderson. Bouncing over his own man. And making the most of the run, didn't he? Almost to the 30, 31-yard line. So a gain of 6, close to 7. For Torian Henderson, the sophomore from Gatesville, Texas. And we had a big stop for Texas Tech, and all of a sudden, the momentum from defense has carried over to offense for the Red Raiders. They're only down by 15. Plenty of time left. They've got a timeout on the board right at 3:20 remaining in the half. It's 2nd and 4. So it looked like Texas was ready to run away and hide before they even got to the locker room at the break. Red Raiders have something to say about that. Middle screen, Henderson there, lost the football. Texas has it, and the man who was in there for the Longhorns covered the ball as well. Thornton, the defensive end. And they say no catch, it looked like it.
The guy that knocked it clean was Derek Johnson.
Football there forced an incomplete pass.
And DJ separates him from the football. A Butkus finalist, Mac Brown, disappointed. What a read by Johnson. And just explosive. I mean, just a tremendous play. Watch him. Watch him read this. Boom! I mean, does he have possession of the football?
Well, it's tough to see if he had total possession on his hip because the ball was hit. We saw his back.
But you put your shoulder pad and the helmet on the ball like Johnson did, good things happen.
Let's see, 3rd and a little more than 3, almost 4. Simmons changing the play with 2 to each side. Henderson stays in the backfield. Henderson gets a first down. They spread the D. Henderson's got the speed to get it done at 5'9", 180. And wasn't incomplete. Did he have total possession before the jolt by Johnson?
Let's take a look. Johnson, here he comes. Johnson's seeing it. Johnson's coming over the top. There's the screen. Does he have it? No, juggling it, and ball nailed. Good call by the official.
He said it. Never brought it in, did he?
Yep, he was juggling the ball, but that's an excellent defensive read by a heck of a linebacker. Very 235-pound guy that can flat run.
Red Raiders won last year at home. Believe it or not, over the last 6 matchups between these two teams, it's 3 for each.
Yep.
They have split the 6. So Texas Tech, anything but easy for the Longhorns. There's Carlos Francis, and he's down inside the 20. Jerked down inbounds at the 19. They have some speed on the perimeter. Francis only 5'10", 200-pound senior from Fort Worth.
I thought he was going to get more than he got. Texas has got great team speed where they can run. And Mike Leach talks about Texas's team speed. He said, you know, they play the ball closer than most people we play, so we have to be a lot sharper with our reads, take care of all the details, run more precise routes, get upfield more quickly, because these guys get closer to the football than anybody that they've played this season, and then they have Oklahoma next week.
Now Simmons on 2nd and 6. Over the middle, and works again. Mickey Peters, touchdown, Texas Tech. What a little slant by Peters. Red Raiders right back in it with 1:33 remaining in the half.
Well, earlier, Mickey Peters ran this play, and he was matched up on Johnson, linebacker. This time, he's matched up on Griffin, defensive back, and still pulls away. And makes a good move, makes somebody miss, takes it to the end zone. That's just great execution by Peters. Twice that combination, Simmons and Peters, have worked for big yards, that time for a touchdown.
After missing the first extra point, which was blocked, Simmons is going to go for 2.
Oh, look at the split between the guard and tackle here. That's monstrous.
Will Texas be able to shoot that gap that Dave's talking about? Over the middle, it's complete. Nehemiah Glover, and it's a 7-point ball game. Little turn in.
Well, that was a tough series for Cedric Griffin. He got beaten on the touchdown, and he got beaten on the 2-point conversion. You know, touchdown here, he pulls away from Griffin. Peters makes the play. And then again, Griffin gives up the inside on the slant. 2-point.
Was kept on the ground, so they couldn't set up the return out to the 25. And here we go. Texas has it. Minute 27 left in the half, and 2 timeouts remaining for the Longhorns. Well, the movie that every movie came out.
That's true. The legendary Dr. Bob Steinfeld. And is B.J. Simmons a master and commander of this Texas Tech offense? He brought his troops back here a little bit within 1 score. Touchdown pass and 2-point conversion.
If you call Russell Crowe a throwback, every movie he makes is about 800 years ago. Completion, Roy Williams stopping on a dime. My ankle's hurt on that one. To the 45, he's got a first down.
And does Vince Young have a powerful enough throwing arm? I think so.
He's now 10 of 11 and passing for 151 yards. And for Roy Williams, it's his 3rd grab, 43. Got to get Roy in the end zone, though. Sorry, he's a senior. Now, Young on the slant behind B.J. Johnson. He took her shot. So that stops the clock with 65 seconds remaining. Mike Goldberg, Kellen Winslow in the studio with the Nissan halftime report. So many good ones today. And we'll go down the entire Big 12. How about those Missouri Tigers again today?
There you go, the alma mater, Joel. How about Kansas State? Congratulations, breaking a streak all the way back to 1968. Had not won in Lincoln, Nebraska. They won big today.
They destroyed them today. Now Young out of the gun. Finds some time. Deep over the middle. And it should have been grabbed. Johnson couldn't hang on. But a great throw on the run. How does this kid do it? Coming back the other way against the grain.
Yeah, he throws across his body. You're right, Joel. He's rolling to his right. Throws across his body, back to the middle of the field. And this is kind of, it's dangerous to say the least, to float the ball like that. But what touch? You know, throwing it in between defensive backs and feathering it in there. That's great touch. I mean, that's something that takes people a long time to be able to get a feel for. This guy is such a special athlete. He does so many things that so few people can do. It's remarkable.
Texas needs a first down. You don't want to give B.J. Simmons and Texas Tech an opportunity with the football again. They've got a timeout left too. Young needs 10. Can he run for it to the outside? Will he get there? Easily. Look at that guy stride.
Jeez.
What a gazelle.
He is. He gobbles it up. Just gobbles it up.
Okay, get away. You're just a redshirt freshman. Pointing fingers over the opposition bench.
Yeah. Watch him here, though. They lose the pass rush lane integrity. Big gap there. So he's saying, okay, man coverage, turns his back. He's not involved. Now he's going to outrun Aycock. So you have receivers taking the ball up the football, or taking their routes up the field. Defensive backs with their heads turned, backs turned, and Vincent Young can't rally to him to make a tackle, and he outruns Aycock to safety.
So they complete another third down. 5 of 7 on the third down tries so far for the Longhorns. And we've got 47 seconds. John Bible has headed over. Fortunately, it's not Sunday or Monday, so he's not getting under a hood. So they didn't start the clock on the last play. Now that is a serious home field advantage.
That's senior night right there. They want to see these guys a little longer. They try to, milk as much or keep as much clock on the scoreboard as you possibly can. And there is an official keeping the clock on the field as well. And he alerted the official, Mr. Bible, John Bible, that the clock never ran. So John Bible is going over to communicate and to get the clock to the proper time.
Big game, bowl implication kind of game. Can they enhance their situation? 7-3, 8-2. Very important one for the Texas Longhorns, especially if they're going to stay involved in the BCS.
Right, and here's all the affiliations the Big 12 has. And you can see the top 4, and then the Tangerine Bowl, the Fort Worth Bowl, the Houston Bowl, the Mainstay Independence Bowl. Texas Tech, if they can upset Texas today, is trying to get themselves up into this echelon of bowl. Texas keeps winning, and they win out. And, they're trying to elevate themselves potentially to here, depending on what happens with LSU, Ohio State. That's high cotton right there, and USC.
Jim Knox, I know that you were in the middle of that problem.
He was.
That was the key.
Knoxy, got him offside.
Movement up front. Vince Young trying to buy time, and now throws it towards his intended receiver, Sloan Thomas. Now that's way beyond his years. Otherwise, he takes a big loss.
Right.
And that could have been grounding. It looked like they jumped in the interior of the line.
I think they got Havili. I think Havili jumped into the neutral zone at right defensive end.
Defense is offside. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So there's a break. Texas will take it. A mark off for 5. Repeat first down. 41 seconds. That's plenty of time, especially when you've got 2 timeouts on the board like Texas does.
And when you have explosive athletes like Texas does, I mean, that's literally with the big play potential of Roy Williams, B.J. Johnson, Sloan Thomas, Vincent Young, Cedric Benson. Whew, that's an eon. 40 seconds is a long time. Jeffrey in the mix as well.
Vince Young out of the gun. Man on the option, short side of the field, Benson. And he's got the first down. That'll stop the clock. Let's see where they put him, though. It looked like he had it easily, but then all of a sudden the official took it about a half a yard back. It is a first down.
Slow to get up, a little hitching to get along as he works his way back to the huddle. He took a shot to that right knee a little bit.
This may be a spot where you want to use a timeout.
He's down right now. Watch the shot that Duckett puts on Vincent Young. Boom! Then watch the shot that Cedric Benson takes at the end here. He gets twisted. As he's going to the turf, he gets that right knee twisted a little bit as the tackle is executed by Jamal Jackson. I think he's going to be okay. I think he just needs to work it off a little bit.
He's got 14 carries as he departs for 85 yards. And the last score, a 5-yard touchdown run for the Longhorns. So 7-point lead for Texas as we approach halftime in Austin. Now on first down. Vince Young in trouble and on his way down. And you better call a timeout. Now he's already down.
Yeah.
He is already down. You better use your timeout with 13 seconds left.
And that one would have been grounding if he wasn't already down because he didn't get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. And you have a Texas Longhorn down at the 35-yard line.
That's our second charge timeout of the half.
That's Allen. Big lineman. Will Allen has had He's had multiple injuries this year. Last week was a little bit of a shoulder problem. As you see right here, look at the tape job. He's got torn ligaments in his thumb. And, boy, he's got more problems than a run-over dog right now. He's got injuries everywhere.
Let's head downstairs. Noxie.
All right, Joel, just run.
There's Big Will right here working up front. A lot of times you get caught in piles. And he's trying to protect his quarterback. And look, his own teammate rolls up on him. And there goes the left knee a little bit. And that happens. It happens in practice a lot of times when you're in live contact. And hopefully that's not a serious knee problem in that left knee for Big Will Allen. But he definitely got rolled up on. You saw that thing buckle.
Allen's a sophomore from Houston, and he's so important because he can also play center for this squad.
Right.
He's setting up at guard to start tonight's game, but he started at center as well.
They call him affectionately known as Birdman, Joel. He can identify any bird by its call from like a mile away. How about that? The big offensive. He's multi-talented. He just looks up in the trees, and he said, that's a speckled whatever, Joel.
I'm a bird watcher.
He can tell you.
Now it's going
Birdman.
to be second and long. After the sack of Young, second and 14. Young out of the gun. The dump off on the boundary. Man, an intelligent play to get out of bounds by Brett Robin. Saved the last time out. Get some yards in case you got to go for the field goal. And right now, they don't get another yard. It's about a 45-yard field goal try for Mangum.
Speaking of Birdman, how about Brett Robin out of the backfield? Third down back. He can get it done. Pre-med. Like a 3.8 student pre-med.
So he dissected after he watched it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The guys that play a sport like this and still maintain a 3. You talk about having time management figured out.
Well, let's see
That's
if
an impressive
is
kid.
this a gamble? Can they get off one quick snap and then the field goal try? Better use the boundary, they will, and it's low and away. So here comes the field goal try from Dusty Mangum, and that's why they, if anything, they missed it because they rushed it. Don't forget Mike Goldberg, Kellen Winslow coming up with a Nissan halftime report after the field goal try by Mangum.
Now this one is going to be at least a 45-yard field goal attempt.
Dusty missed one last week, his 7th try of the year from beyond the 40. He is 5 of 7 overall.
You saw his long, Joel, 31 yards for the season. So this is much, much longer, 14 yards longer than anything he's attempted or made successfully this season. Got to get elevation. Can't drive it, can't kick it low. Watch this jumper.
All right, because he got a draw in his bag. No. Yes, believe it or not, just clear the bar. At first, didn't look like he was going to get there. It really didn't.
And he drew it back. I'll tell you, he had that, brought that 3-iron, had a nice draw on it, took it between the goalposts.
That's his longest of the season for Mangum from 45 yards away. Not a bad way going to the locker room. Instead of a one-score game, they're up by 10.
Watch him hit it, and he draws it in inside that right upright and clears.
Just barely.
And Dusty had it all the way.
So a 10-point lead to the break downstairs. Noxie.
All right, thank you, Joel. I'll tell you what, Mac, game of momentum. You guys were driving to go up by 22. All of a sudden, a couple of, I guess, interesting spots. Then back comes Texas Tech. Right now, you're going to half at 10, leading by 10.
Well, we do. They've got a great offense. We've got a great defense. I mean, great offense. Both defenses are trying to make a play, and it's hard tonight. We had a chance to get a turnover. We're offsides. We didn't make the 4th and inches. We didn't respond when we came out defensively. They drived and scored. I thought that 3 points was critical to take momentum into the half. We get the ball to start second half. This one's not going to be over till Sunday morning.
All right, Mac, best of luck in the second half. Joel?
I like that. Won't be over till Sunday morning.
I don't like
they're
that.
They're going to be partying on 6th Street all night here in Austin. Halftime, Texas 24, Tech 14. To the studio we go. Mike Goldberg, Kellen Winslow.
Tonight at a very, very high efficiency, Joel.
Bringing it back is Brown across the 20 out to the 23-yard line. And it's going to be a first down there for Texas. So Mac Brown all over. You heard him say to Jim Knox, we like the 3, we like the Mo into the locker room, and we get the ball to start the second half. He's way ahead of everybody else there. Lincoln, first half numbers.
Here's a big number, Joel. Texas Tech was 53% coming in. They're only 33% on third down tonight. Texas converting over 60% of the time, but time of possession that Texas wanted, not there. Pretty even Steven football game, as the score indicates, at 24-14.
So now the Longhorns back at their own 23. That's the deepest. Second deepest. They've started a drive out on the edge. First down, Cedric Benson on his first carry of the second half. The way he started the game, Jim Knox. See, and one thing Texas has to worry about at playing Tex tempo. Well, let's face it, it's like a basketball team that wants to push it and get it in the transition and always fast break it. Well, that's Texas Tech.
Right.
Now Texas wants to play keep away. Over the middle, Roy Williams. He's got another first down.
Wow.
Man, refusing to go down finally at the midfield stripe. But they want to choose some clock. Let's face it. They want to just keep the clock moving. Long 6-7 minute drives, easy.
Picked up some chalk there, didn't he?
And the drive chart for the Longhorns in the first half.
Well, look at it. Impressive. 7-play drive touchdown. 7-play drive 80 yards touchdown. 9-play drive touchdown. That's big time. Here, though, lost the ball on downs. That big fourth down call with a couple of tough spots. And then they finished the half with a 46-yard drive call, or a field goal of 46 yards to give them that 10-point lead.
Young on the option. They took it away on the outside, but he gets a block at the opposite side. And a positive from a negative. So they took Benson out of the play. And now he's got about 5 on first down, close to the 45. And individually for Texas in the first 30 minutes of play, Vince Young hit his first 9. It was 11 of 15. And Cedric Benson, not a bad average.
No, certainly not. And 2 catches for 44 yards for B.J. Johnson. Sloan Thomas had the big touchdown catch. Roy Williams involved. I mean, their offense, everybody contributed. Cedric Benson contributed mightily, and it was all triggered by Forever Young.
Vince has a double over to the wide side. Benson in the backfield. Man, Vince Young on his own and barely tripped up from behind. Otherwise, he's got the first down. That was a save. That was a save by Brock Stratton, the middle linebacker, a true freshman from Roosevelt High School in San Antonio. Otherwise, Young's into the secondary with an easy first down.
Well, he's in the shotgun, and he's running a dive option. And McGinnis, the defensive end, is in a sweat because he fakes the handoff on the dive to Cedric Benson, keeps the football. He's one-on-one with McGinnis. That's not fair. And if he doesn't trip and fall, you're right, he's in the secondary for a big chunk.
So now it's going to bring up 3rd and a deuce. 5 of 8 on third down tries in the first half. And Belt into the backfield, breaking away again. Benson dives and gets it. Do you believe this kid? Out of Midland Lee, the junior, did it all on his own.
Another athlete that is gaining confidence snap by snap. This should have been a tackle for about a 4 or 5 yard loss. And 54% of his yards after contact. Look at that. 2 guys have him high-low. No go. Another stiff arm. 3 guys miss.
What about the balance? What about the balance? He looks like he's down 2 yard shot.
Yeah, he had himself inches off the ground. It looked like Dante Hall returning a punt for the Chiefs.
I don't know about you, but I'm worn out after watching that.
I need oxygen.
1st and 10. Benson, though, he needs the ball. He stays in the backfield. Young, pocket holds up. Deep down the middle, bad read. Pick off. That's Meeks. Will he take it the distance? No. Run out of bounds by Young. So Meeks read it perfectly. The receiver went way downfield. Underthrown.
This is Meeks' 4th interception of the season, and this is a big one. The ball's just severely underthrown. And Meeks, just looking at Vincent Young's eyes, Vincent Young never sees Meeks, but he underthrows the ball severely. So I'm just wondering who he's throwing the football to. Certainly wasn't Meeks. He never did see him. That's a big interception and giving the Texas Tech Red Raiders a short football field, only 45 yards to negotiate.
First turnover of the game for the Longhorns. Gives the Red Raiders 1st and 10. In Texas territory. It's the first time they started with it in a plus situation. Henderson on the pitch. Finds a little lane and makes the most of it. He's got about 5 on first down. And actually Johnny Mack, that's his first carry of the night. So he didn't see the secondary of the backfield at least.
Well, let's take a look at how the ball was distributed. Wes Welker getting involved as always. Going to get the football to Nehemiah Glover. He's a big play guy. Henderson on the ground. And then get it to Mickey Peters. He takes it into the end zone. So distributing the ball to all quadrants of the field, involving a lot of his teammates, as always, is B.J. Simmons.
Simmons They thought it was going to be the middle screen and almost intercepted by Tubbs. Boy, did he read the quarterback or what?
He did.
He started to go after him, Dave, and then he was moonwalking right away.
Well, former tight end, he's mad at himself because he's caught passes before. In high school, he played that tight end position, and he read this screen perfectly. And he got himself involved, and oh, man, he got the muckers up and could not control the pig. And if he had another shot at it, Tubbs would have seen golden goalposts on that one.
So now from the 40, 3rd and 5 after the pickoff. Will they get points off a turnover? Welker on the reverse. He's short of the first down by a yard. B.J. Simmons came into the game today, needing 448 to surpass the incredible totals of Ty Detmer of BYU. For a single season record, the most in NCAA history, and he's 293 away. If he gets it tonight, it's going to be a bad night for the seniors here in Austin, Texas. 4th and a yard, quick count.
No.
I don't think he got it.
No.
And taken away, but will they say it's down already? Because it was taken away by the Longhorns.
Reed Boyd.
Yes, a strong side backer. Senior from San Antonio's New Braunfels.
And that's something.
I think he stopped him anyway with a mark.
I do too.
There is a flag over to the far side. And it's offside. Longhorns lining up.
Boy, and Mac can't believe it. He's beside himself. Let's take a look. Is he in the neutral zone? He is in the neutral zone. And Simmons, the ball comes out right immediately. And here's the ball. The ball's in the feet. Reed Boyd comes up with it. But lining up in the neutral zone on the short yardage play cost him.
We're going to be joined in just a moment by an NCAA record holder. It's 1st and 10 after the mark off to the 31. Simmons underneath. The grab is made by Peters. He's got about 5, almost 6. And joining us now, former All-American quarterback out of BYU and the single season record holder, the one that B.J. Simmons is chasing right now, Ty Detmer. And Ty, thank you for taking the time to join us. Dave Lapp, Jim Knox, and I'm Joel Myers. And obviously, a lot of people have been talking about this with you. What's the feeling like? It stood for a long time now.
Well, I've been hearing about it for 6 weeks now. He's going to do it, so I'm surprised it's lasted this long. I didn't even know it was still a record till somebody brought it up about 6 weeks ago. So I'm sure it's an exciting time for him.
Oh, and he throws a touchdown toss. The score goes to Clay McGuire, the junior from Crane, Texas. So Ty Detmer right away, bringing B.J. Simmons some good luck.
Man, that was a broken coverage there. McGuire left all by his lonesome. And Ty, your numbers were incredible. Let's take a look at this little play action fake. Fake the reverse, fake the dive. Lose track of McGuire. Nobody has him in coverage. Broken assignment right there. Brain cramp in the secondary. Easy touchdown for Texas Tech, getting them right back in this football game.
So now all of a sudden after the turnover, it's points off a takeaway after the interception. Meeks set it up, and there, too good. Splits the uprights. We're going to come right back and continue our conversation with NCAA record holder Ty Detmer, former BYU Cougar. But a brand new ball game in Austin, Texas. Horns by only 3. Austin, Texas, 6th Street. It'll be just a little busy after the game tonight, especially if the Longhorns win. Regardless, that sidewalk will be packed. That'll be like New York on a Monday, Tuesday afternoon. And it's going to be kicked away. 2 good kicks into it, and now he just bounces it a couple of times. It's going to be grabbed by Brown, and Brown with a good return. Great field position across the 35 out of the 36. We continue our conversation. It's nice of him to stick around and stay with us. And what a career at BYU from 88 to 91, Dave, for Ty Detmer.
Well, Ty Detmer could make all the throws, and he understood this offense of Lavelle Edwards completely. And as you can see, threaded the needle many times. What numbers you had? This was your junior year when you got this done, Ty. You won the Heisman, you won the Maxwell, you won the Davey O'Brien, 5,188 yards, 41 touchdowns. Was there a most memorable game for you?
Well, we beat Miami second game of the year. They were ranked number 1. That was probably the most memorable game at that time. So had a lot of fun playing. It was great offense to play in for a quarterback, and just really enjoyed it, you know.
Great days for the BYU Cougars. Been a tough season for the Cougars as they marked it off on a personal foul as Young still dancing. We'll get 3 after all is said and done. So, Ty, as we get ready to wrap things up, a guy that went to Southwest High School and another flag at the end of the play. Southwest High School in San Antonio. Believe it or not, here we are in Austin, and he makes his offseason home here in Austin, Texas. Your fondest memories of your football career at BYU? Anything that really stands out?
After the play ended, personal foul on the defense.
You know, I've been asked that several times, and it's hard to put a finger on one thing. You know, like I said, I had a great time. It was an exciting offense to play in, had a lot of shootouts, and just had a lot of fun playing, and that's my most memorable thing.
And you really played for a quality person, because I did a number of games there, and playing for LaVell Edwards. What a life experience.
Yeah, it was great. You know, he was a great guy, and, you know, you always see that grumpy face on the sideline, but we saw a different side of him, you know, off the field, and really enjoyed playing for him.
Well, Ty, I'll tell you, 12 years in the league. You're in your 12th year. Incredible career. Thanks for visiting with us tonight. And, you know, you're just a quality act for college and pro football.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
All right, Ty. We'll look forward to seeing Ty Detmer down the road. His NFL career continues this weekend in a matchup with the Seattle Seahawks. Be right back. Texas rolling, but they're only leading by Simmons with that last touchdown pass to Clay McGuire, his 46th of the year, breaking a Big 12 record set by his teammate Cliff Kingsbury last year. 45 touchdown tosses in a single season. So the records keep falling for BJ. As there's a toss on the perimeter. Look out. Benson in the corner, and he's knocked out of bounds, but he's into the first down to the 17. While we're talking to Ty Detmer, penalties dropping up in 2 15-yarders against Texas Tech, so they've got 7 now. Markoff's 68 yards, but the last 30 have really killed him after they got within 3.
And Mike Leach called a timeout after back-to-back personal foul penalties. Dive, pitch, fake the dive, pitch to the opposite side of the field to Cedric Benson. You know, teams copycat. Texas copycatted that play, and they've got the personnel to execute it. Cedric Benson already 112 yards on only 17 lugs. That's a serious yards per carry.
And he is almost at the 1,000-yard mark for the 3rd time in his young career. That'll be 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons as Young has spun around after a gain of only 2 from the 18 down to the 16. Our MetLife trivia tonight, and a good one at that. How about 3 Texas Hall of Famers? 3 Texas Hall of Famers. Can you name those former Longhorns?
2 of them are
that
quick.
are in the NFL Hall of Fame, and the third?
Third's tough.
Great question.
That is. It's a tough question.
That's a MetLife trivia.
We'll give you a little time to think about it, but Mike Leach once again disappointed that his team self-destructed. Personal foul on the kickoff return, personal foul on the first snap from center, an additional 30 yards given away. 3 first downs given away by self-destruction.
2nd and 8. Benson had to alter it in the backfield, and he is busted up after a loss. In fact, Nitchman was in the backfield. Then he spun around and put down. And the one who made the play, though, Brock Stratton, the middle linebacker, the true freshman from Roosevelt High School in San Antonio.
Yeah, no apprehension, no unsure, based on reads by Texas Tech on that play. I mean, they came downhill and disrupted immediately.
Loss of 4, in fact, Dave. So now 3rd and a dozen.
Now, what do you do here? This is 4-down territory again for Mac. Based on that field goal that Magnum pumped through there, I guess you might have to think about it.
Roy Williams in the slot as they back off at the snap. Underneath, thrown behind Roy. Couldn't do a thing with it after the catch. There was no possibility for success after the reception. So they set up a short field goal from Mangum. It'll be about a 34-yard attempt.
Well, in the first half, Texas was 3 for 4 in red zone scores. The only time they didn't was going for it on that 4th and short, and then Texas Tech responds, goes the length of the field to score. Now they have to settle for a first red zone opportunity of the second half. They're settling for an apparent field goal opportunity. No touchdown again. That was the key. They didn't want to settle for field goals. They wanted red zone touchdowns.
So it'll be a 34-yard attempt from Mangum. He hit a 45-yarder on the final play of the half. Tough angle. Can he convert? Put the Horns up by 6. Yes, just inside the upright. And better distance that time for Mangum on the 34-yarder. So a time out of the field, 8:39 left in the 3rd quarter. Simmons has been a 4th quarter kind of guy this year. Don't forget, the Red Raiders are still only down by all deep in Red Raider territory, settle for the field goal. And all of a sudden, it's only a 6-point lead. College Football Saturday presented by Kia Sarah brings you a good one next week. I've been there a couple of times for this one. The Apple Cup game means so much to the state of Washington. The Washington Huskies, Washington State Cougars, the number 8 team in the nation, is just a great time. Whether it's in Seattle or in Pullman, and you're at the University Inn of Moscow, Idaho, which has probably got the best apple pie a la mode in the world. Now, short kick. Meeks will take it from the 3. Past the 10 to the 15. Look out. All the way to the 30. Good field position for Simmons. So now, man, it was Mack who brought it back. Our Bank of America higher standards, Wes Welker, has already got an NCAA record in punt return yardage. He's got 8 returns for scores. That's an NCAA record.
Right.
And also, what did he need? 6 coming in for touches?
For punt returns,
Right.
6 punt returns would have been another NCAA record. Total yards, catches, the all-purpose guy.
You know, he could be a bicycle heaven on Sundays. They're on cue. We asked for it, we got it. Welker on the reception. He's got good yardage on first down, close to the 40, but he is such a good scat. He's such a good slot guy, and he's such a good return man. No doubt, a bicycle Hema who had all those good seasons with the Cardinals,
Sure.
out of BYU, something like that.
Sure, and I could see him being a third down back. He's shown on the reverses he can run it. You know, a third down back catching out of the backfield, covering kicks, returning kicks. He's got a future.
A little over 2 minutes, 34-yard field goal. Nissan scoring for Texas. Now Simmons, perfect throw, and it's dropped. Oh, right there.
Man.
On target for Bakens.
And Simmons is upset about it. He couldn't have thrown the ball any better if he walked down the field and dropped it right in his lap.
Actually, Hawkins, and it was right there.
Oh, it was. I mean, that is perfect. And it's just a matter of focus and concentration. I guess he probably heard Derek Johnson closing on him, but Hawkins has got to secure that one. He knows it.
So now it's going to be 3rd and short, little less than 2. And will they run it? Every time they have, the way they spread the defense, it's worked. He's got Henderson in the backfield. It'll be Henderson after they fake the reverse, and Henderson won't get there. He was stopped in the backfield initially. It slowed him up enough. The pursuit got to him. It's going to be 4th and 2.
You're exactly right, Joel. The guy that disrupted was Roderick Wright. Roderick Wright got in the backfield and made Henderson make his cut 3 or 4 yards in his own backfield. Great penetration by that man right there. And watch him. He comes through. Here he is. Oh, got to make a cut way in my own backfield. And Tubbs says, thanks, Roderick. That was a dynamic duo of defensive tackles right there.
What a gamble here. Do you believe this? Only down by 6. Shouldn't be shot, should we?
No, this is Mike Leach. He's a riverboat gambler all the way. Mike Leach, he likes the odds of this right here. We'll see.
And will he snap at Simmons?
Might try to make him jump. He did it.
No. He gives it off. Will Welker be able to get away? No. They're waiting for him on the edge. Griffin was there.
And
Texas takes over. Vasher and Griffin.
Once again, Joel, Roderick Wright is the guy that caused all the problems. Roderick Wright got the penetration and made Welker reverse field, and he had no shot at that point. He was finished by teammates, but Roderick Wright, 2 consecutive snaps, blew it up. Watch him right here. Up the field, he's going to come again. And watch this. Boom! Take everything backwards, make Welker change direction, and now you got trouble. Vasher finishes it, but Roderick Wright, 2 straight snaps, disrupted the entire play.
That's great penetration by the big guy. The underneath tackle. And all of a sudden, they've got it at the 36. What a gamble. Benson bottled up in the backfield. Still gets positive yardage. Slithers his way down inside the 30, down to the 29. Gain of 7 for Cedric Benson. Big average for Benson tonight. Prior to that, he had 18 carries for 108 yards.
You know, it's one of those runs, Joel, when you watch it, you say it's about a 3-yard carry. All of a sudden, it's 7. Watch the feet. Nice little lateral dip there. Nice little cut inside. Lean, forward lean. Oh, he picks up 4 or 5 extra yards that you don't even think about. You look up and it's like, oh man, it's 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3.
He makes it 2nd and 3, and he stays in the backfield. So 19 carries, 115 yards for Cedric Benson. Try the left side. Nice lane. Slow down just barely. Otherwise, it was a face mask.
Yeah.
So coming out of the backfield, He's grabbed by John Saldi, the sophomore from Southlake, Texas.
Yeah, the big rangy linebacker, 6'5" linebacker, hits himself in his chest, knowing it's his problem.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask on the defense, half the distance to the goal, first down.
And that's their third 15-yard personal foul in less than 9 minutes in the third quarter.
Cedric Benson, 6 feet. Saldi's 6'5". Saldi's just trying to make a play. He's so much taller. Whoop, grab the grill. Can't do that. And it's 15 because he grabbed it and turned his head. That's when you get the bad neck injuries. You grab it and let it go. You grab it and contort his head, though. That's going to go for big yardage, and that's another major personal foul penalty on Texas Tech, the third one for Mike Leach's crew.
That's 45 yards in 9 minutes alone, 78 for the game. First and goal. The ball right on the 10. Benson spun by his own man and shoved forward. And do you believe it? Touchdown, Texas.
You're right, Joel. Jonathan Scott is the offensive lineman that spun him around.
Kept him upright.
Yeah, it looked like a ballet. It looked like a partner helping the other guy do a plie or a pirouette or something. Whatever the heck it was, it worked. Now, you can't pick him up and carry him down the field, but he was one-on-one in the open field. And watch big Jonathan Scott right here. He's going to grab, turn him around, get him going north and south. Now push him, and now help. Now, Jonathan Scott had a big assist on that touchdown. He rerouted him, and he got him going the right course, and they scored a touchdown. That's a nice play by the big fella. His dad, Herb Scott, great player with the Dallas Cowboys.
It was hockey. Benson to get 5 points, and Jonathan get the single on the assist.
Exactly. That was a nice dance team move there.
Now going for two, Vince Young, corner of the end zone. Roy Williams, what else is new? Get him on the board. Take your chances with Roy on a jump ball.
Get it airborne and let Roy make the play. And Jabari Smith, it's happened to a lot of people. Don't feel that badly about it. Jonathan Scott, get him going.
A big assist for left tackle Jonathan Scott, the sophomore from Carter High School in Dallas. His second season as a starter as McGee booms another away, and Texas Tech is going to start. But what about the gamble on 4th and 2 at your own 39 and lose 3 to set it up at the 36?
Yeah, and it cost your team 8 points. The touchdown by Benson.
Yeah, Bank of America higher standards. Anything you throw up there, Roy Williams is going to be able to get on our 2-point conversion.
Absolutely. Jabari Smith in coverage. But once it's in the vicinity, look at the hands, the size of the hands on Roy Williams. I mean, that is a monster mucker there. He can control that football. He makes the one-handed catch look routine. What a hand he has.
So now 35-21 Texas. They've extended it to 14. How big is this series for Simmons? Late recovery is running back Johnny Mack. In on the catch, the junior from Lakeland, Florida.
Well, Joel, 2 decisions by head coaches. Mack Brown goes 4th and short in scoring area, which you can understand. Texas Tech response takes for a touchdown. Mike Leach in his own side of the field.
His own 39.
Right, decides to
go. And you're only
down
by 6.
Right, decides to roll the dice.
Interesting.
And it came up snake eyes. It killed him.
And it's right after your defense took the ball away for you, too.
Right.
So now Simmons out of the gun. After the gain of 5 to Mack. Floats it underneath again. And Mickey Peters is going to take a shot. It's going to be a face mask at the end of the play. Good call by the Red Raiders staff, though. They helped the officials, didn't they?
They sure did.
Just a little.
They wanted to make sure that one wasn't missed. That'll be a 15-yard variety, I'm sure, as well. There's 3 flags. Everybody saw that. There was handkerchiefs everywhere.
Face mask on the defense. 5-yard penalty added at the end of the run.
That'll give him a first down, though. Jim Knox, what's the definition of a load?
I'll tell you, Will Allen is one heck of a football player. He's definitely got a little hitch in his get-along as well, though.
Beyond the 32, first down, and going deep downfield, out of the reach of Hicks. He's redshirt freshman wide receiver from Houston. Man, looking back on the drives of the first half of the Red Raiders and Texas Tech. A couple of 3-and-outs in the middle there, but
look at that
came back.
Ooh. 12 yards, 12 plays, 93 yards. Have to punt, couple of consecutive, punt again, and then another one. 92 yards, 93 yards. That is taking bad field position and scoring touchdowns out of it. That is tough to do, but this big play explosive offense can get it done.
Simmons has 3 over to the near side, the wide side. Looks back to the short side. Pocket did a great job. His line did a great job. His first scramble. He's down to the 40-yard line. He was smart. Derek Johnson was in the neighborhood, and that was real intelligent to go down.
And you can see that left knee is definitely bothering him. You know, he definitely had a limp in his gait as he was trying to run, and I don't think you're going to see him doing that much anymore. Because you got to change direction, you have to plant and cut, and it definitely bothers him.
So they put it down not to the 40 but the 38, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Texo Farley 2 of 8 on their 3rd down tries. Show blitz on the outside. Simmons gets rid of it early. Grab right at the 1st down marker. Stretching it out, Mickey Peters knew where he had to go. Has he have enough? Yes, he does by a yard.
Well, let's take a look at it. Here's Simmons. You're playing safety. It's coming right in your living room. Roderick Wright almost batted it down. Could not quite get there. Linebacker Aaron Harris was in the vicinity, but Mickey Peters ran a nice little smash route off of him.
So 1st down with the ball at the 44 of Texas Tech. Fourteen-point lead for the Longhorns, the number 6 team in the nation. Texas Tech trying to recover after failing on a 4th down and going over the head of Welker. He matched up with Griffin on the outside. So to bring up 2nd and long, Joel Myers, Dave Lapham, Jim Knox in Austin, Texas tonight. Good to be in the state capital. A muggy, warm night in the Lone Star State. 3:31 to play in the 3rd quarter. And Texas Tech giving Texas more than they ever expected. It looked like at the outset, 21-6, Texas was going to run away and hide at the break. But Texas needed a field goal to get up by 10 at the break. And this is what B.J. Simmons needs, 240 yards to surpass the totals of Ty Detmer, former BYU Cougar, for a new NCAA single-season passing mark. He came in needing 448. Now he needs 10 for a 1st down on the shovel pitch. Good move. Haven't seen that. Johnny Mack sprinting close to the 1st down. I think he may be short by about a half a yard.
Again, that Texas Tech offensive line, huge splits. And once you take those splits and spread them out, huge cavities. Look at the space between those offensive linemen. And that's just a massive hole just by alignment. The splits those guys are taking are monstrous. Look at this split. Are you kidding me? Between the right guard and right tackle, that is huge.
Back again. There's the big split you were talking about. Barely pulled down from behind by Philip Keeger. As it's going to be more than enough for the 1st down, all the way to the 38. So they gambled. They lost. Failing on 4th down and 2 at their own 39-yard line. They're going to be talking about that one if Texas Tech does not come back, trailing by 14. The gamble when you're only down 27-21. Will they be able to recover? Because it was an 8-point turnaround. Texas then with the short field of the 36 easily moved in for the score. Middle of the field again, and should have been intercepted by Derek Johnson. Ball thrown behind Mickey Peters.
And Derek Johnson knows it, Joel. Nobody's more disappointed than him right now. He was looking at his 5th interception, which would have set a school record. He's tied with Tommy Nobis right now as a linebacker with 4 interceptions. That's the linebacker record. Number 5 was staring him right in the face, and he could not quite secure it.
Talking about Tommy Nobis, another guy that grew up just 90 minutes away. San Antonio native. Great Atlanta Falcon.
Played against him. He was the Norman Rockwell portrait of a linebacker, believe me.
Good call. He still looks fit.
Yeah.
So now it is going to be 2nd and 10 from the 38. Blitz off the edge. Can they get Simmons? Got rid of it in time, and he's got a wall on the outside. Mack goes inside the 25, all the way to the 20-yard line, and he's got a 1st down. Boy, the timing of the release on that play.
You're right, Joel. They ran the screen, and they caught Texas in a blitz. Boyd Reed injured coming off the field, kind of hanging that left arm. And he slides away from the blitz, and he feels it coming, and he buys himself time by sliding to his right. He gets popped, but then look at the real estate. My goodness. I mean, there's just nobody there to make a play. Texas coming with the blitz. Simmons kind of just moving away from it, buying himself enough time to get the football to Johnny Mack. Great play.
So now first down. This drive started back at the Tech 20-yard line. They've got it at the Longhorns 20, trailing by 14. Welker, the motion man as usual. Big split. Mack into the secondary. First and goal inside the 9. You talked about the splits, the gaps. And a little guy like Mack, he's only 5'7", 180. He can get lost.
I'll tell you, it's amazing to me that these guards and centers can hold up. You know, getting off a block. Sustain the block. Jarek Johnson can't get off the block. Mack's already gone. He's already gone. Can't get off the block fast enough. Is Thornton, I mean, you'd think you'd be able to take advantage and stunt a little bit in those gaps. But if you do, you can get caught stunting the wrong way.
Numbers almost identical. 337 yards of total offense.
Whoa.
And there's movement.
Man,
Slot man.
That was definitely early.
False start on the offense. 5 yards, first down.
Well, that's Whitley, actually, the right tackle, who was out there on that big gap, that split you were talking about, the sophomore, Texas City, Texas.
Yeah, E.J. Whitley. He's coming off the line of scrimmage. He's going to get a nice drive block, but you're about 18 counts early there, big fella.
But you know, they didn't announce him in on a tackle eligible play, did they?
No, they didn't. They sure did.
I don't think Mike likes it, just from the look on his face. So now, 5 of the last 11 snaps have been in the hands of Johnny Mack and had been for Ryan Henderson. Mack didn't touch the ball in the first half out of the backfield. From the 14. Goal line situation all day for B.J. Simmons. And he's going to throw it away. That's a wise move. Good coverage. What a play out of the secondary by the Texas Longhorns, because the offensive line was phenomenal.
Well, they only rushed 2 guys. I mean, they dropped everybody into coverage. There was no place for Simmons to throw the football. Linebacker stayed back for the underneath. They had 5 defensive backs in the end zone.
So they've got it second and goal back at the 14-yard line. So something we have not seen from Texas. We've seen 3-man rushes. We've seen the defensive ends drop.
Yeah. Texas
now,
calling a timeout.
Yes, Texas is going to stop the clock. So a defensive timeout with exactly 1 minute to play in the third quarter. It's a 14-point lead for the Longhorns. And now it's going to be a 3rd and goal. We'll make it a 2nd and goal. Long situation. 14 yards away. And you go for it on 4th and 2 deep in your own territory. Mike Leach did. Yeah. And Wes Welker couldn't get out of the backfield, losing 3.
Toby Cecil got beaten by Roderick Wright. And you know, Joel, it's not only the call, but the scheme of the play, coming across the backfield. Instead of coming downhill, you're going laterally. You're going east and west. And you're trying to get to the perimeter, but Roderick Wright said you're not going to get there. And he made Wes Welker change direction. Then it was all over with, because the design of that play in a short yardage scenario, if you make a guy reroute 3 or 4 yards in his own backfield, he's dead.
So B.J. Simmons has thrown it 37 times so far. He's completed 20 for 226, and it's like the defensive coordinator for Texas said, you're asking your down linemen to run sprints 60 times a game, and they don't hold up real well, so you better have about 8 of them ready to go. And it's a warm, muggy night. Is it going to be a situation where Texas can take it away? They have not taken the ball away in the sense we thought. With a passing attack like this, there would be a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, and Texas Tech has an interception of Vincent Young. B.J. Simmons, though, has shown me toughness tonight. He's gone way up in my book.
On the goal line situation, 2nd and goal, man in the end zone, touchdown. Right back in it, Mickey Peters with a great grab. What about the throw from B.J. Simmons?
I'll tell you, this guy is tough. B.J. Simmons is in pain. He's limping. Every step he takes, he's limping. There's nothing wrong with that right arm, though. Look at him limp. Look at Simmons limp here. But watch him throw the football. Little fake. That is perfect. Perfect. You can't be any more accurate than that. Coverage not horrible. Throw spectacular. Swinging gate. Texas got lined up properly defensively. Line up for the conventional PAT.
Too good has already been blocked once by Tubbs. That was on the first touchdown by Texas Tech. And they make it a 7-point ball game. Yes. So talk about failure on 4th and 2 and 8 points for Texas. It's back to a 7-point depth. Mickey Peters with his second touchdown reception of the contest. He is a senior from Weatherford, Texas. It's been a good road team. Come from behind situations, get to some of the numbers that has been put up by Simmons. That is picked up by the up man after it hit on the foot. It is Steve Stegall, a backup tight end, who brought it back alertly. Otherwise, disaster possibly for Texas. Our Nissan scoring drive and an 80-yard drive at that for the Red Raiders. So they make it a 35-28 ball game. So Texas has it back and they can't relax again. They get it 1st and 10. Good field position, though, at their own 33-yard line.
You know, with all the opportunity the Texas defense has to knock passes down and intercept the ball, they haven't gotten it done against Texas Tech's offense.
Now the delay. Pull over to the left side for Cedric Benson. It closed in a hurry, though, on the deep handoff. He only gets 3 to the 36. Well, the 3 single-game passing marks in Texas Tech history accomplished by Simmons all on the road. 661 yards at Mississippi, 586 at North Carolina State, 552 at Oklahoma State. So on the season, believe it or not, this year, Simmons is averaging 527, so anything is possible in the 4th quarter.
And they won 2 of those football games. They only lost. No, North Carolina State beat them as well. They lost 2 of them and won 1.
Pressure back on Benson on the carry. Chopped down in a hurry. Only out of the 38, but back to that, the pressure is on Texas. They are the favorite team. They're at home at senior night. They're the number 6 team in the nation, and right now, they don't have a lot of rhythm offensively. They were helped out by a questionable decision by Texas Tech deep in their own territory on 4th and 2. So here we go. Up next, the final 15 minutes of regulation. After 3, Texas 35, Texas Tech 28. You're watching College Football Saturday on Fox Sports Net.
Once again, earlier in the week, the Red Raiders did not know if B.J. Simmons was going to be able to play. He's been spectacular at times.
I'll tell you, he has shown me a ton tonight, Joel. This kid is playing in serious pain, and he's performing at a very, very high level. His leadership skills are just off the charts in terms of leading by example. His toughness is something I think that is going to help him as he's evaluated for potential play on Sundays, because he can throw it.
First snap, Dave, of the 4th quarter, critical. Man, a false start coming up on the Longhorns. They have bogged down offensively in the 3rd quarter. They were aided by 2 drives that started in plus territory.
False start on the offense. Movement in the line. 5 yards, 3rd down.
Twice Texas started in Texas Tech territory in the 3rd quarter. Man, they started, don't forget, at the 36 after that call on 4th and 2 that lost 3 yards. And now the mark off, and all of a sudden it's going to be 3rd and 11. So real indecision offensively for Texas. Let's see how they respond now with their redshirt freshman quarterback. It came so easily as Texas Tech is going to use their 2nd timeout of the 2nd half. So only 1 remaining over the final 15 minutes for the Red Raiders. Well, back to our MetLife trivia. Talked about Hall of Famers, the NFL Hall of Fame. 3 former Texas Longhorns. 2 of the 3 locks. You can figure those 2 out. But the 3rd, how about Tom Landry?
Yeah, played running back here, and that's pretty strong. That group right there, though: Bobby Lane, Earl Campbell, Tom Landry.
And downstairs right now with a Red Raider great.
And you know, Noxie, Roy Williams says he's learned a lot from his brother about how to play the position of wide receiver. A mentor of his.
They come to their feet on 3rd and 11. Can Vince Young get it done? In trouble.
Oh, wow.
Up for grabs.
Oh,
wow. Roy Williams on senior night. Catch of the night. Only up by 7. First down in double coverage at the 49.
How did Vince Young do this? This is sandlot football at its finest. This is what you do in the backyard. You know, you pick teams and you have some guy in your neighborhood that's a better athlete than everybody else, and he throws it to another incredible athlete. How the heck did Vince Young get out of the grasp? Here comes the blitz. And he steps up in the pocket here. Now he's in a little trouble. He spins away. They're at his feet. That's arm strength to get the ball down into double coverage. And Roy Williams makes it pay off. Spectacular.
Aycock's got to be saying, what next? Their leading tackler got to him underneath Roy Williams. And Not much you could do there after the quick catch of only about 2 yards.
Man, it's just, it amazes me. Watch Roy Williams on this play.
And also come back and help out his quarterback.
Yeah, well he understands. Look at this. I mean, he's sandwiched. He's between Aycock and he separates. And, you know, once he got off of the push by Aycock and he gets Jabari Smith, he just pivoted away from him. And the incredible thing is Vince Young picked it up while Stratton's at his feet trying to drag him to the ground, and he throws the ball where Roy Williams pivoted to. Amazing play.
It'll be 2nd and 8. Drive is still alive. Almost 90 seconds gone in the 4th. Vince Young as the pocket holds up nicely. Deep downfield. Jump ball. And it's intercepted back at the 5. Picked off. Coming back with it. And good yardage across the 20 to the 25. And brought back by Jamal Jackson. They were in a nickel package.
B.J. Johnson fell down. And as the ball's being contested. He falls down and Jamal Jackson's on his feet to make the play. And this ball should not have been thrown. But here's where the ball's going to be thrown down here in the middle of the football field, and it's just lofted up there. Now watch. B.J. Johnson falls down and makes it easy for Jamal Jackson. And Vince Young said, man, I tried, B.J., I know you're a good athlete. I tried to throw it up there, but I shouldn't have done it. I know it's my fault. But watch you fall down.
And it's one thing to put it up there for 6'5" Roy Williams, where he's going to outleap most people, and he's strong enough to maintain his balance.
Yeah, and BJ just, he flat fell. I mean, he wasn't pushed down as he was trying to find position to contest the football down the field. He goes down, and Jamal Jackson has an uncontested play on the football as BJ couldn't stay on his feet.
And now the Red Raiders. Touchdown away from tying things up at the 23, but you never know. They get in the end zone. They may go for 2. 10:29 or make 13:29 remaining in regulation. Simmons. He faked the underneath the back. Now, good ad-lib to Henderson. And Henderson makes a miss for a first down. They wanted Mack on the near side. He didn't think it was going to work to begin with. You could tell. That was his primary, and then he went off him.
You know, the Texas wanted to get B.J. Simmons out of pocket. You can see why. I mean, he's struggling to move, but under fire, watch him move and buy some time. Create some time and then check down. That's a hell of a play. It really is. By a guy that's struggling with a left knee injury. That's just a guy with tremendous courage.
Henderson, their leading ground gainer this year. And now Welker again on that quick end around the reverse. Good yardage. That's worked all night. Every time they've tried it, it's also been a great decoy, and they get 6 out of it.
Of course, that was the play they were trying on 4th and short, and Roderick Wright blew it up. It was that exact play. Texas got off to a fast start. Benson, another big night. Pioneer game summary. Penalties, Texas Tech, self-destruction, boy. 9 penalties for 82 yards. 3 of them personal foul variety, Joel.
But that drive they held. The Longhorns to only 3. After the play fake, Simmons with the pocket collapsing deep down the middle and overshoots. Well, Carlos Francis, who was wide open. You could see the ball was going to sail.
B.J. Simmons has to have help from his offensive lineman to get to his feet. I'm starting to get visions of Byron Leftwich in that Marshall game where his linemen were carrying him down the field. Just over the fingertips. Gets the right hand on it. Glances off the fingertips of Francis. Not a bad throw by B.J. Simmons, but he wishes he had it back.
That Leftwich story, that reminds me of a James Brown concert. Bringing him back off stage.
That's right. That's right.
Just for one more, though. Now, 2nd and 4 from the 41. Or make it 3rd and 4. Good field position. Can they take advantage of the interception? Underneath, they've got the first down. It's Welker again across the 45. Nice clear out down the field by the other wide receiver as he took Griffin with him.
This is a well-conceived offense, and Mike Leach will tell you. You know, I took the vertical passing game from BYU. The horizontal stuff is West Coast. I got from Linda Infante when he was with the Green Bay Packers. And the screen package I got from Valdosta High School when I was at that level. So he's taken bits and pieces of things from every level and put together a dynamic passing attack.
Just enough of a combination that teams don't see it.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're not used to it, not ready for it. Simmons resetting up in the formation. It'll be Johnny Mack. Man, Johnny Mack bells into the backfield. Derek Johnson, All-America candidate at linebacker.
Well, this is like a cobra uncoiling at you. Man, he just sprung at that play, and what explosion he showed. He makes the read, come downhill, boom. Very short tackle. Butkus finalist, and it's obvious why.
So loss of 6, make it 5 on first down. Simmons out of the gun. Straight 4-man rush. In pursuit, back the other way. And what a grab. Defensive back on the back of Welker. It didn't make any difference, though, did it? He went low to receive it. A great reception.
Michael Huff was there, Joel, and the ball was thrown where only Welker could make a play on it, and not Huff. And he throws the ball, and again, has to buy some time by moving to his right. Throws the ball back across the middle late, but Huff did not break soon enough on the football. He was in the vicinity, as well as Michael Griffin.
So now it's going to be 3rd and a deuce. They'll go for it on 4th down. Will they need to? No. Henderson gets it inside the 40 down to the 39. So 39 yards away from tying things up. Well, we threw it out earlier on our FoxSports.com. Question, who should win the Heisman? Jason White, Larry Fitzgerald, Eli Manning. And I'm surprised Fitzgerald's that high along with Eli Manning. Jason White with incredible numbers. Eli Manning's had an unreal season, though, as a leader of that Ole Miss team.
He sure has. He's had a phenomenal. If they win the SEC, it's 42 years since it happened.
Now Simmons on the sideline. What a grab! Incredible catch. That was Henderson out of the backfield. And they're going to say he's out of bounds.
What a throw by Simmons, too. Boy, that was pretty.
Did he get a foot down? It won't make any difference, but did he?
Did he have control and 1 foot in bounds? Has to have total control of the football and get 1 down. That's a pretty ball. I mean, it's right on the money. Does he have possession? Right foot? Oh, I think that's a catch.
Yeah, I thought that right foot was down.
Right foot was down. Catches the football. Right foot down.
Yes.
That's a catch. And I guess the official thought there was a little juggle there down by his leg. Did he have full possession? The official didn't give it to him. Pretty darn good play, though.
2nd and 10. Still outside of the 39. Deep shotgun Simmons over the middle. Great grab. Despite Huff on his back, it's Carlos Francis again. First down to the 26 of Texas. Just a quick slant.
And Simmons is so accurate. And he throws that ball. He's a gunslinger. I mean, he just flat out cuts it loose. His teammates respond to that swagger. This throw is pretty. I mean, that is very, very strong, because that's not bad coverage by Huff at all.
Simmons on first down, screen, and a dump off. Henderson making the most of it as he's collared from behind. He's got another first down, though, just outside of the 15. So Simmons now, and he's had some incredible 4th quarters this year. He's now got 25, making 26 completions in 45 attempts for right at 300, 297 yards.
I'll tell you, one of the big keys to his success tonight, Joel, as always, are these guys in the interior of his offensive line. Because these tackles come wide to stretch the defensive ends. Inside, they have to hold up with those big down linemen, and they're protecting Simmons very well.
From the 15, 1st and 10 for Simmons. Now the fake, corner of the end zone, knocked away. Nehemiah Glover wanted a flag, he won't get it.
Pretty good play on the football.
Aaron Ross, a true freshman from Tyler, Texas.
Again, the thing, Simmons is always in the area. I can't remember the last terrible ball I've seen him throw. He is in a phenomenal rhythm, and it's due to his offensive line. Texas is not getting the penetration to push up the middle they thought they might be able to get to disrupt Simmons and get him out of rhythm.
Tech goes into the 4th trailing. Simmons averages 173 yards a game in the 4th 15 minutes alone. Now he fakes a little pop, gives it off. Henderson spins his way all the way to a 1st and goal. What a fake, though, by Simmons on a little pop, the bubble to the right.
And what a job by his offensive line. Watch these guys lock up. It was a stunt, and they stunt away from it. They loop away from it. They stop the penetrator, and the looper takes himself out of the play. And as a result of that, Henderson has an easy lane to take advantage of.
Texas Tech now has 12 more offensive snaps and 424 yards of total offense compared to 379 for the number 16 in the nation. He's trying to tie it up now.
So much for keep away by Texas.
Welcome to motion man. It'll be Henderson. He's in. Touchdown, Texas Tech.
Again, that complimentary play, Joel. Welker's hurt him on the reverse a few times, that quick reverse, and that makes the perimeter people from Texas, they have to play their responsibilities, and it widens them out. Then he just runs the dive off of that to Henderson. Great scheme, well conceived. Look, freezes him, huge cavity, great block, touchdown. That fake reverse spreads everybody out. That's just good creation of a complimentary play by Mike Leach.
He's too good. Tries to tie it up at 35. It's blocked again for the second time tonight. Do you believe it? Frustration for B.J. Simmons in the offense after all the work they did.
Brian Robinson, I think, got it. He's blocked 3 field goals this year, and now he's blocked an extra point. 10 block kicks on the season for Texas now. I think Robinson comes off the edge here.
Look how low it is to begin with.
Amazing.
B.J. Simmons just telling a teammate, Nehemiah Glover, next to him before we came back, how did we not kick that extra point? Well, it was low. In fact, you can call it a block, but it would hit the back of his own lineman if Texas wasn't there anyway. It was that low off the foot of Too Good.
Yeah, his plant foot slipped.
Now the low wobbler picked up by an up man, and that's the tight end, David Thomas, and he spins to the 29. So Texas has very little momentum in the second half, and one of the big reasons their quarterback, Vince Young, is averaging only 3 yards a carry. Now Vince Young, like Brad Smith of Missouri, who's a sophomore quarterback for the Tigers, it's essential that he get 60 to 80 minimum on the ground, if not closer to 100. Right now, Young's got 14 carries for 41 yards.
I agree, Joel. And I think Texas Tech said, you know what, Vince, we're not going to let you run it. You're going to have to beat us throwing the football. He did in the first half, but he hasn't in the second half. In the first half, he lit them up. 7 straight completions, 2 of those touchdowns.
Young out of the gun. Quarterback draw. Forget about it. Exactly what we talked about. On top of the situation completely. Man in there for Texas Tech right away.
Mwamba.
Yes, Mwamba, the junior from Belgium. So all of a sudden, a very stagnant group of Longhorns. And that's not what you need. You need about a 5-6 minute drive right now.
Mac Brown just agonizing over the competitiveness of this football game. 2 blocked extra points. 10 blocked kicks now by the Longhorns this season alone.
Vince Young by design on a roll underneath. He's got a first down. His wide receiver Sloan Thomas takes it past the 40 to the 44. That was too easy with a cushion in the corner.
And Sloan Thomas looks like he's limping a little bit as he comes off the football field. But he wanted to make sure of this catch. Boy, did he look it in. And he's getting some attention on the sidelines, some medical attention.
And don't forget, this is a Red Raider defensive unit that's 111th in the nation out of 117 teams. Everybody scored on them.
Last couple of weeks they've improved, but it was against Colorado and Baylor.
Right, consider the competition.
But it does help your confidence to shut people down below 300 yards.
Now out of the gun. Young had it deflected at the line, just trying to get it in the direction of Roy Williams. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 44. And more importantly, it stops the clock with 8 minutes to go, as Texas Tech, don't forget, only has 1 timeout remaining.
I think Session got his hand up and knocked that football down. A nice little pressure package by Texas Tech from the backside, got clean. And, you know, Texas Tech's in the same scenario. Hot, humid night. They're trying to roll in as many players as they possibly can, too, to finish this game strong. Only 8 minutes to play. It's going to be survival of the fittest. Who has conditioned themselves better as a team?
Here we go on 2nd and 10. Young again on his own into the secondary. And he's got a big first down to the 38. He had to start making plays, so the quarterback draw.
Oh, and this was an incredible effort. Watch this play. He's got pressure. He's supposed to go to his left. He sees the pressure. He says, you know what? I can't go that way. I'm coming back to the right. In a gaping hole. Just an incredible effort, making people miss. Finishing the run.
It's at the 37. It's a first down for Vince Young. So all of a sudden he's picked up a couple of key runs. And the last one taking him to 60 yards on the night. Now the rhythm drop. Wide open, shoots. Thomas, or B.J. Johnson rather. And what a breakdown in the secondary for Texas Tech, but they're not victimized on a poor throw where Young didn't have a lot of heat either.
No, he sure didn't. And he ended up throwing off his back foot and not stepping into the line of scrimmage and making the throw.
The look of frustration.
Yeah. But boy, did he make a great run the play before that, though. Recognition, seeing the blitz, and slamming on the brakes and changing direction for huge yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from outside the 37. Young 16 of 24, 213 yards passing. The delay. And Cedric Benson running into the stack. Still gets to the 35. So right now, a 52-yard field goal.
Let's take a look at what Vince Young did a couple of plays ago, Joel. There's a blitz coming. Watch the blitz. And he see, oh no, here it is. So I'm going this way. I mean, they have it designed perfectly. They have pressure coming right in his face. Marcus Boyd unblocked, and Vincent Young says, I can't go to the left anymore. Slams on the brakes and takes it to the right. That is just instincts that you can't coach right there.
7 of 11 on third down tries for the Longhorns. The biggest of the night. Can they keep the drive alive at the 35? There's 6.5 to play. Pocket holds up, and he throws it behind a wide open receiver. He had once again B.J. Johnson down there.
Now again, Mack Brown, do you go for it? Is 4-down territory here? Certainly not a field goal. Do you try to coffin corner him and play field position?
Or do you give a short field if you miss? That's the real negative.
Right.
A 65-yard field for Simmons.
And normally that's not that short, but for this offense, it's terribly short. But Mack Brown's got to go. I mean, that was his game plan going in. Not have to punt the football. They didn't punt the ball at all in the first half. And now it's 4-down territory. Texas is going to call a timeout.
So now both teams with only one timeout remaining. 6:35 left in the fourth quarter. A lot closer than anybody could have anticipated. A one-point affair, 35-34 Texas, but Texas Tech clearly has had all the momentum in the second half as they were down by 14. Should be even, but it's a botched extra point try. We'll see what Texas can do. We're at noon Eastern now. Biggest play of the game, 4th down. Vince Young pinned to the boundary. What can he do? There's a hold, and he loses the football. Texas Tech gets it back as Young put it on the ground. His 3rd turnover of the night. McGinnis, the senior from Waco, on the cover.
And I think Duckett's the one that forced it. Duckett knocked it free. So he gets a quarterback sack and a forced fumble. And McGinnis comes up with the fumble recovery. That's a big defensive stand by Texas Tech.
So instead of a 65-yard field, now a much shorter one.
Absolutely. And nowhere, look at Duckett. Duckett gets in there and knocks it loose. And McGinnis comes up with it. Nowhere for Vince Young to throw the football. Good coverage down the football field. And Duckett steps up for his 11th sack of the season. And that's the 2nd takeaway for Texas Tech. They've got 2 takes, no gives, +2 on the night.
So the worst possible scenario, a red-hot quarterback who's done it in the fourth quarter before on a toss to Henderson. They stretch the defense and they get a block to the outside, and Henderson makes the most of it for 8.
And what happened is Texas Tech
he lost it, but they got it back.
Texas Tech ultimately got a Texas defender on the ground. Once you get one on the ground, you got a running lane.
So the extra effort almost cost Henderson. He lost it at the tail end of the play. We lost it across the way in the pile. Oh, what a break. It's picked up. Now, it's going to be 2nd and 4. What a save by Clay McGuire on that side. Simmons with all day underneath. He's got the first down on the grab. That was Nehemiah Glover.
Let's take a look at what Texas Tech wanted to accomplish tonight. First thing they want to do is protect an injured B.J. Simmons. Boy, have they ever. Explosive plays. Not bad, not bad. Turnovers. Texas Tech has not given it away. They're +3. That is the reason they're in this football game with an opportunity to win it on this drive, potentially.
Simmons has been through this so much with his team. He's had some monster fourth quarters already this season. Welker the motion man. Big hole up the middle. Good run again for Henderson. How about 9 on first down? You'll take that all day long. 5-10 and counting left in the contest.
A great design in the running game. The reverse to Welker has hurt him a few times. They fake the reverse, then run the dive to Henderson. Complementary plays. They've gotten mileage. Mike Leach has gotten mileage out of both of them. The quick reverse to Welker, fake the quick reverse, hand it to Henderson. Excellent.
So now 2nd and a yard. Don't forget, all they need is 3. I don't think they'll trust it with the kind of placements they've had tonight. With the place kicker.
Yeah, they've got 2 extra points blocked, and those are gimmies.
Simmons changing the play on 2nd and a yard. Blitz off the edge is picked up underneath the first down to Wes Welker. He paid for it at the end of the play, but held on.
Thornton reacted back. Big old defensive lineman. It's a pretty good reaction right there, Joel.
So they'll move the chains, start the clock again with 4:29 to play. Don't forget, only have 1 timeout for each side remaining. And it sure helps, Dave, to have the experience of a Simmons who's been in fourth quarters like this before already this year. Fourth quarter at Oklahoma State, 15 of 25, threw for 2 scores, 217 yards. Mississippi threw for 201 yards in the fourth quarter.
He's got the heart of a lion, I'll tell you that.
Inside the 32, nothing doing that time. Great penetration. Derek Johnson, first team All Big 12 last year, a lock this year again, and potentially first team All-American as he shoots him down for a loss back just inside the 35.
Once again, the Cobra uncoiled, and he just comes downhill, boom, makes the play. Comes in, gets in the A gap between the center and guard, runs a stunt with his defensive tackle. And as he penetrates on the stunt, comes clean and blasts it for a 3-yard loss.
So now 2nd and 13. Close to 3.5 to play. In this 1-point game, 35-34 Longhorns. Blitz coming up the middle. Middle is available, and it's popped away at the last second from Mickey Peters. What a play by Hawk.
Man,
he just got there and was enough of a hindrance.
Yeah, I think he got the right hand in there, Joel. And after you get that right hand in there, he caused enough problems.
No.
That was a drop.
You got it. And there was no safety. They were coming to the blitz.
Yeah, that had potential touchdown written all over it, and Peters could not secure it.
And Peters already with a couple of touchdown grabs tonight. So 3rd and long. And a timeout is going to be called. Will it be Texas's final timeout? It came from the linesman. No. Yes, it will be Texas. Linesman on the Texas side of the field came running in. So Texas is out of timeouts. You don't see that often from a defensive squad on their home field, but that's the case. Be right back. For the Red Raiders, we've got 3:27 left in regulation. Texas Tech trailing by only 1.
And look at this, they line up with a tight end.
Simmons in trouble. Cody on a flyby, finds the man, has the first down, and it's
short.
It's short of the first down. Hawkins got it, though, about 4 yards shy. He goes inside the 30 down to the 26, has to take it inside the 22. So still gives them a chance on 4th down unless they actually go to too good for a field goal attempt.
I think it's 4-down territory, Joel. You know, based on what's happened with the place kicking, and boy, just out of the reach of the pressure off the edge. Simmons steps up in the pocket and finds enough to keep the drive alive. Pretty good pressure off the edge. I can't say enough about the courage this guy has shown tonight.
And they've taken so much time over on the sideline. Now Texas Tech is going to be out of timeouts as well. So Texas Tech out of timeouts, just like Texas. Nothing comes easy when these two get together. Last year, Texas Tech won it at Lubbock, 42-38. The last 6 games, down the middle. 3 wins for each side.
And Duckett, right here, the big defensive end, is giving his offense a chance. He had the sack and forced fumble. McGinnis came up with it.
Now back to our poll question. So we told you to go over to foxsports.com. Who should win the Heisman? We mentioned it earlier. Still at 46%. That's probably the way a lot of people feel right now. Although Eli Manning, he has come on so much over the last few weeks. And as you said, Dave, they're lost without him.
Yeah, and I tell you, with Jason White, a lot of people say he's not even the best player on his team, never mind in the country. But then the other side of it, the sentimental side of it, is 2 reconstructions, back-to-back seasons, and he comes back as senior and is leading his team to a potential national championship. That's pretty good effort.
So here we go on 4th down. B.J. Simmons has already attempted 50. He's completed 29 for 314 yards and 3 scores. Has not thrown a pick. Hasn't made a mistake tonight. They have not turned the ball over. Can they negotiate a little more than 4 yards? Almost 5. 2 to each side for Simmons. And now out of the gun. Shifts Henderson. Over the middle, the grab and the first down. Welker held on to the football. He's got a first down to the 19. Clutch.
Oh, who else? Who else do you go to for a big play like that? Giger's in position, but he can't make the play, and Welker can. 2 guys that have hearts as big as anybody. Simmons gets it to Welker.
He almost timed the hit perfectly, too. Inside the 19, 1st and 10 Red Raiders. Do you believe it? 2 minutes and 20 seconds and counting.
What a game.
Henderson. Bolting his way to a block on the outside. Down the sideline. Inbounds.
Stepped out. 11-yard line.
At the 10. He's just outside of a 1st and goal situation.
He made Derek Johnson miss, Joel. And that's hard to do.
What about the block he got, too?
Oh, he did. Look at the down blocks, the seal.
And now right here.
Right there. Derek Johnson misses, and there's the crackback right there on Vasher. And there's where he steps out at the 12-yard line. That's just good effort, though, on the perimeter. Vasher gets cracked. Derek Johnson, Henderson made him look silly in the open field.
So Henderson stays in there with Simmons. They put it inside the 11. Need to go inside the 9 for a 1st and goal. Henderson, huge roll up the middle. Touchdown, Texas Tech. Untouched. Do you believe it?
Incredible. Incredible. Now you might as well go for 2 here. Once again, this Texas Tech offensive line takes humongous splits. Look at the splits. Are you kidding me? That's a hole automatically. And just run the little underneath draw, and he's barely touched again. And Texas Tech's offensive line is just spreading the front 7 of the Longhorns out. And they keep getting wider. They're so confident in their ability to block one-on-one, they're widening them even more. Look at the splits here on this 2-point conversion. Incredible splits.
Simmons out of the gun again. Will he have time? Buys it over the middle into the ground. It'll stay a 5-point lead for the Red Raiders, but the number 6 team in the nation in deep trouble. Out of timeouts. We'll see what Texas. Dorian Henderson felt like he was driving an SUV through that hole. Into the end zone he went. That's how wide the gap was as he took it in from 11 yards away. And now can the Longhorns get a return? Backpedaling. It is going to be brought back by Brown. Van Brown wanted to make it back to the 20. He's got it out to the 15-yard line, and that is it. Great coverage downfield for the Red Raiders. And a look back at the touchdown, but the stop was made by Jeremy Woods.
Watch the play. It's a full block. Center block back. Center Toby Cecil block back. Guard pull around. I mean, there's nobody to even have to block because of the splits. Had them all widened out. Ran a little full block. Center chokes back. Guard pulls around. And now Texas has to go a long way.
86 yards. Field goal doesn't do them any good, and they're out of timeouts. And Chance Mock has taken over. What a time to bring Chance in. He has not played the entire game. Now Mock scrambling. Man on the sideline. That's interesting because the man was out of bounds and came back inbounds with a flag on the play.
Right. And
so Texas starts with the worst field position to start to drive the entire game and starts out with a mistake.
Yeah, a penalty flag and the hat thrown. The hat thrown to show.
The offensive receiver went out of bounds, came back in, and was the first to touch the ball.
That was Brett
That's
Robinson.
Illegal touching on the offense. Penalty has lost him down at the previous spot.
Just like an incompletion, basically.
2nd down. So this is going to be an interesting one. A lot of people are going to wonder about bringing in a quarterback who hasn't played all night.
Well, what they were thinking about doing with Chance Mock now, the way Vince Young had been playing, was third series of the game. That didn't happen. 2-minute drill, 1-minute drill. It's the 2-minute drill, no timeouts. 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season for Chance Mock. But boy, this is tough.
And that was early in the season. Some of the non-conference competition. Mock has all day, and he's got Roy Williams wide open behind the secondary. First down inside the 35. Ball was already down. It came free. It'll be 1st and 10. If he hits him early, it's a touchdown.
How do you let Roy Williams get behind you in this situation? How do you let it happen? And the secondary from Texas Tech all arguing with each other about it. But this is incredible. You know you're going to go to him, and they let him run right by. That's amazing. You got to get deeper. You can't let him run by you. And they were all arguing as they were working their way back to their huddle.
Now Mock with Robin underneath. Man, he's knocked out of bounds after the grab and gained maybe a yard at the 31. So bring up 2nd and 9 with 93 seconds left. And Roy Williams asked out. Got turned and spun around a little bit at the end of the play.
Yeah, I think he's cramping up. Looks like he's cramping a little bit the way he's walking. I think he needs to hydrate. You know, on a night like tonight, I think he's got some cramping problems. Look at his face. Yeah, he's cramping up. He's starting to tighten up like rigor mortis starts to set in. Every muscle starts cramping on you.
Bad time for that. As he's out of the game, their best receiver. Jeffrey going over to the same side as B.J. Johnson in the slot. Chance Mock on the delay. Cedric Benson can't get out of the backfield. And instead, it was actually Selvin Young. So now their top rusher isn't even there, Benson. They've got their backup who's seldom used.
And plenty of time. There's still over a minute to go.
But it's 3rd and long.
It's 3rd and long. These two down. You're gonna have the clock stops in college football with a 1st down.
Now Mock on 3rd and 8. He's got it in the throwing underneath, and it's a completion for a 1st down. Taken in by Tony Jeffrey. He had Selvin Young wide open as Jeffrey gets it down to the 20. So didn't know if he wanted to swing it out. They'll stop it to move the chains with 64 seconds left.
Again, Roy Williams still not in the football game. Got Sloan Thomas, got B.J. Johnson, no Roy Williams.
Out of the gun. It's only a 3-man rush, and Mock is going to run it. He'll take it to the sideline. He gets a block downfield at 1st and goal. Here's wide receiver Brad Robin. In fact, his running back gave him a great block in the flat.
Yes, he did. He worked his way back and got a block and finished it. How about the respect you have to have for Chance Mock to do what he's doing here? Mr. Cool, Calm, and Collected. And watch this block down the football field Joel talked about right there. That's just great effort. But Chance Mock coming in a pressure situation. This kid, you have to admire him. He never got his dauber down. He always prepared to play, and he's getting his chance to play. And Roy Williams trying to line up and struggling with those cramps.
He is flanked over to the left side. Benson's in the backfield. Mock corner of the end zone.
Oh!
And what a grab! Touchdown!
Wow!
B.J. Johnson.
How about Chance Mock? Woo! Man. That is amazing. It really is.
They'll go for 2, up by 1 with 46 seconds left. It was an 86-yard drive. Chance Mock with a big pass to Roy Williams on their first 3rd down they converted.
You know, Chance is saying right now, you give me a chance, I won't mock the position. That's an unbelievable drive by a quarterback that's a total team player. I'll tell you that right now. You got to feel good for this kid.
Well, we saw last week what kind of kid he is, and his father's got so much to be proud of. His father, Mike, a linebacker at Tech, and then played with the Jets. And Chance Mock was the first one when Vince Young last week made a couple of plays at Oklahoma State. Chance Mock was all over him like a great teammate.
And this throw is fantastic. I mean, he comes in ice cold. Now it's, 100,000 degrees and humid.
Not a bad catch.
But he makes a great adjustment to the football over the shoulder. And Chance Mock right now could set an Olympic record in the high jump. He's so pumped up.
Better vertical than his dad, I bet. Now the 2-point try to go up by 3. Still, you got to worry about Simmons, even though he's out of timeouts. Mock, fade, corner of the end zone, and overshoots. Sloan Thomas flag.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got Jabari Smith grabbing Sloan Thomas. Trying to run the fade, and Jabari grabbed on. What a football game.
And hey, there's 46 seconds left for
Yeah.
Simmons.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
And they only need, if they get 2 here, Simmons with a field goal sends it to overtime.
These 2 points are critical.
Defensive pass interference. Foul occurred in the end zone. Therefore, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line.
And right here at the top of the screen, there's the grab, trying to get the fade in. And left hand all the way. Sloan Thomas can't even get his right arm up in the air. Jabari Smith has a total grab on it. This is a monstrous 2-point conversion. They get half the distance to the goal after the penalty, so it's at about the 1.5-yard line.
And do you think about running it now? In the deep set, it's Cedric Benson. Will Allen's back there,
You know,
as well as the tight end David Thomas.
if Vince Young were in the game, Joel, I think you think about running it. Chance can run it.
Well, what if Vince Young's there? You think about a naked bootleg.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you might do that with Chance Mock. He's got good enough feet where you give him a 2-way go, get him out on the perimeter, and give him a run-pass option. And I think that might be a decent call. And I'm trying to see if Roy Williams is on the field for this 2-point conversion. He's been cramping like crazy.
Not a bad start to the night, though, those numbers for Chance Mock.
Oh, my goodness.
4 for 5 for 74 on the score.
15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Huge to go up by 3. And movement on the line. It's a free snap for Chance Mock into the back of the end zone and over. And too tall for his tight end.
And Chance is signaling offsides on Texas Tech. That's going to be half the distance to the goal again. So it'll go to about the 3/4-yard line.
Tried to get it to Brock Edwards.
Defense offside, half the distance to the goal. Replay.
It'll be down to the 1. Now you've got to consider the running game because you're at the 1-yard line.
And that's an obvious infraction. And Chance Mock does a good job of just maintaining. But they were gonna roll him, Joel, and give him a 2-way go, get him out of pocket like we were talking about. Let him either tuck it and run or throw it. Chance signals it. Offside. Texas Tech. Half the distance to the goal, 1st and goal.
Here you go. 4-2. Mock's in. Quarterback sneak. What else can he do? They haven't officially signaled yet. Yes. He gets 2. Texas up by 3.
Just cozies up behind the big lineman. Big offensive line blows off the line of scrimmage. And Texas takes a field goal edge.
But as we just mentioned, far from over.
Oh, absolutely.
So I guess they left too much time on the clock. 46 seconds left. What a game.
You have to feel so good for Chance Mock, a total team player. And what did he do in this drive? How about this deep ball to Roy Williams? Are you serious? Roy Williams makes the catch, then he starts cramping up and he has to exit the game. And Chance Mock says, I'm going to scramble and I'm going to have Robin make a great block for me on the perimeter. And then this throw to B.J. Johnson and the adjustment to the football. Great throw, even better catch. And Chance Mock can't believe it. He's beside himself, and rightfully so.
So B.J. Johnson, another senior on seniors night.
Yep.
Comes through with a great grab over the shoulder. He's a senior from Houston. And actually Grand Prairie, Texas. Honorable mention all Big 12 last year.
Well, Mack Brown took a chance. And Chance Mock said, I'm not going to mock the position. And I'll tell you what, he took him on a drive that was just as good as it gets. But there was a critical mistake by Texas Tech. How Marcus Boyd let Roy Williams run by him in basically a prevent defense. You can't let that happen, and it happened. Texas Tech, big mistake in the secondary.
Meeks over to the far side. Johnny Mack to the near side. McGee needs to kick it out of the end zone. Give him a long field. Instead, it's a duck hook. And on a hop at the 11. They designed a return left, and Meeks takes it across the 20, belts it across the 25 out to the 26. So about 3 to 4 first downs away from a long field goal try with 38 seconds left.
See, I think that ball was overkicked. You know how you overswing golf and you duck hook? He overkicked that. He overswung with his leg and hooked that kickoff.
Because he's consistently put it in the end zone tonight.
He got so pumped up, he mishit it. You know, he like overswung at the football, just like you overswing at a golf ball.
Roy Williams with 8 grabs tonight. 136 yards. Doesn't have a touchdown, but he's made the big catches. Simmons with 2 to each side. Going to get him in field goal range, and it's deflected. Tried to get the middle screen out, and it looked like Thornton tipped the football. And our Dr. Pepper player of the game for the Texas Longhorns is Ernie Dowd. He put a towel around him. It almost looks like Kellen Winslow in that game against Miami with the Chargers, the way he's hobbling here.
Look at that. He's got an ice pack on the back. Maybe it's not just cramping. Maybe he got hit in the back, and he's got a bruised lower back. He's icing it up.
Nobody is left. Another sellout here. Better than 80,000 on hand. Pretty amazing. Austin, Texas. Simmons on 2nd and 10. Throws it into the ground. 30 seconds left. The 3rd and 10 from his own 26.
Well, that ball came out of his hand funny.
And it didn't exactly have a lot of conviction stepping into it.
And Mike Leach, this is agonizing. Agonizing. I mean, his football team they were +3 in the turnover department. They did everything they needed to do on the road against the number 6 ranked team and number 5 BCS team, and he finds himself still 3 points down with less than a half minute to play and no timeouts.
Third and 10 for the 26 for Simmons. He's got a pocket holding up, and he's got his wide receiver for a first down.
Wow.
What a grab by Francis, spinning around. Carlos Francis
amazing.
Takes it across the 45 to the 49. 19 seconds left. Only one more pass sets him up for a field goal. Another 15 to 20 yarders. Spike it first, though, to stop it. They will.
And B.J. Simmons is going to answer. There's no quitting him, I'll tell you that much. This kid has, look at him drag that left leg. He's got that knee brace, just dragging it. He can't even walk, never mind run. And he's played every single snap and just thrown the football so well.
He's 31 of 54 after the last completion for 345 yards. He hasn't made a mistake. No interceptions. 3 touchdown tosses.
And Too Good's thinking, yeah, give me that chance. But boy, up front, give me some protection. But Too Good, he slipped on that plant foot on the last extra point that was blocked.
His longest Too Good hit from 47 this year. 17 seconds to play. Now, down the middle, what a grab. Nehemiah Glover, another first down. They're already in field goal territory at the 31.
Unrealism.
11 seconds to go. They got to spike it again. And then have one more snap before a field goal try, unless they go for the end zone on the next snap.
I would. You got to go for the end zone and make sure you get it into the end zone. If you don't have it, throw it away.
It'll be a spike. That'll stop it with 9 seconds left. That's the quickest 2 seconds I've ever seen. So 9 seconds remaining officially.
Let's take a look at Too Good with the extra point problems. Here's the first extra point. Blocked. Tubbs got his big hand up and blocked it. This one he slips with his plant foot, but off the edge, Vasher comes and gets a hand on it. It was a low kick, as you described anyway, Joel, if Vasher doesn't block it. But the protection's got to be better, and he's got to get better trajectory. Too Good does on his kicks. He's got to get it airborne quicker and better protection up front.
No timeouts left. Underneath. Catch no. In and out of the hands of the intended target. He wanted Nehemiah Glover again, so it's all up to Keith Too Good, a redshirt freshman from Dallas, 6 of 9 on the season. He is not trying to field goal tonight. His longest of his young career, 47 yards. Will he give B.J. Simmons and his teammates an opportunity to go to overtime?
What a night. I got to salute B.J. Simmons. I got to salute Chance Mock. I got to salute Roy Williams. I'm saluting everybody. Heck of a game.
Coming in, he had not had one block this year for the tie. With 5 seconds to play. He's got plenty of distance, and he hooked it. No. What a break for Texas. They escape. The number 6 team in the nation prevails by 3.
And look at this sportsmanship right here. Mack Brown, his team consoling him. Mack Brown consoling him, but nobody feels worse than Too Good.
For Dave Lapp and Jim Knox, I'm Joel Myers. Thank you for joining us in Austin. Our final again, Texas 43, Texas Tech 40.
Burgers, hard